Hello everyone. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to Scry Society. I hope you all enjoyed our new trailer that I was able to make with some music from Mecro Music, fantastic Patreon where you should definitely check them out if you're looking to commission any music. Um, so, welcome. My name is Nick. I created Scry Society as a place to bring folks in the TTRPG community together to play monthly charity one shots like this one. In the past 4 months, we have raised over $1,500 for charity for Stop AAPI Hate, the Trevor Project, Jasper's Game Day, and Able Gamers. And really excited for our fifth charity tonight, ProLiteracy. Before I introduce today's guest cast, I want to talk about our partners, the adventure that we're playing through, and the charity that we are supporting tonight. And we will be doing a giveaway shortly, so keep an eye out for that code word. First off, tonight, I want to give a shout out to Arcane Spectacles. Arcane Spectacles is a tabletop RPG accessory shop passionate about delivering magic to adventurers' tables. Their spectacles consist of spell slot trackers, like this, dice vaults, and many other magical products. They are currently having a 25% off sale for all hardware products. And in even more exciting news, as of this stream, you can now use the code word SCRY to get an additional 10% off any products at Arcane Spectacles. That includes the 25% off for a total of 35% off any of the hardwood products. So definitely check them out. I've dropped a link in chat. We love Arcane Spectacles, and I do have to give one more quick special shout out to them. They've been making gifts for our guests every month. The last couple months they have been mugs unique to each adventure, and this month they made a really cool laser engraved wooden disc, which you could use as like an inspiration token, with the Scry Society logo on one side, D20, and you can't see it here, but it says Dream Team Edition, because the folks that we have on tonight are a very special group of friends of mine, and we call each other the Dream Team. So that's where that comes from. So next up, I want to shout out Underground Oracle. Underground Oracle is a best-selling third-party publisher, creating 5th edition supplements for both players and GMs. They take a lore-first approach to all of their titles that they create, and they produce well-balanced and high-quality supplements that drive storytelling from both sides of the screen. You'll actually see one of their races on display tonight, maybe even some spells, some feats. I've got all the Underground Oracle stuff is all loaded into my Shard Tabletop account. They are also an Emmy-nominated publisher. Thank you, Zeal, in chat, for that reminder. They were nominated for the Fan Award for Best Publisher, and we're really proud of them. Keith and Jess are good friends of ours, and I'm very excited to be continuing to partner with them. Our last giveaway sponsor, or second to last giveaway sponsor tonight, is Shard Tabletop. Shard Tabletop is a virtual tabletop character sheet and campaign manager for the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. They offer content from some amazing publishers like Kobold Press, Nord Games, and Underground Oracle. They offer both free and paid tiers, and you can use the code SCRY2021 to get 20% off any of their monthly or annual memberships, which means for less than $3 a month or less than $17 a year, you can get access to their full core content pack. I also think I should probably, as a disclaimer, say that I am the community manager for Shard Tabletop. So I've been using Shard since it came out over a year ago, and in the last few months was lucky enough to get to come on in a somewhat more official capacity. So the final giveaway sponsor, a little bit different than usual, our usual three. Plot Hooks recently released a supplement called Villagers. Plot Hooks is a fantastic TTRPG content publisher and creator, and one of our cast members tonight, Patch, was one of the authors on Villagers and very graciously offered to throw in a copy of that new supplement that we'll be giving away at the end of the show. So that wraps up our giveaway sponsors. The charity that we are raising money for tonight is called ProLiteracy. ProLiteracy is an international nonprofit organization that supports literacy programs that help adults learn to read and write. Little known facts. I've been kind of reading up on this since we decided to go with ProLiteracy. 1 in 5 American adults, which is over 40 million, cannot read above a third grade reading level. I've got a little short video I'm going to play before I introduce the cast that is going to give you a little bit of a better idea of what ProLiteracy means to the people that actually are served by them. Before I do that, my last shout out here is for the adventure tonight, which is called Spoils of War, and it was written by Ashley Warren, and it's from the Uncaged Anthology. If you haven't heard of the Uncaged Anthology, it is a groundbreaking, critically acclaimed collection of myth and folklore-themed adventures written for D&D, 5th edition, and each original adventure subverts tropes around a female mythological creature or monster, including hags, harpies, medusas, and much, much more. The series was created by more than 100 writers, artists, designers, and editors from across the globe. With all of that being said, I want to play a video before I bring the cast on, and before I do that, I want to start a giveaway for for Arcane Spectacles. They're actually going to give away one of their wooden spell slot trackers or one of their wooden dice vaults, which I don't have here on display, but whoever the winner is, we're going to give you the opportunity to choose for yourself. So let me set this up in Nightbot real quick. And if folks can enter hashtag arcane, ARCANE, in chat, you'll have a few minutes to enter those in chat. And I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Sorry, I haven't stopped to say hi to all of you amazing people in chat. I know I've been talking a lot. I just want to make sure to recognize our sponsors, the writer, and the charity. So I'm going to go ahead and start that video, and when we come back, we will introduce the cast, and then we will pick a winner. So I will see you all in just a few, as soon as I figure out where the video is.
Hi, my name's Marty Kalanchi. I'm a student here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm working towards getting my GED now that I've learned to read.
Marty's been coming to our program for at least 6 years, maybe it's been longer than that now. He had a lot of negative messages all through school, that he wasn't capable and so forth.
I had told my teachers I was struggling with my reading and writing. I would like to get some help for it, and they said I was doing fine. And I told her, you yourself have been giving me D's and F's, and I can't read very well or spell.
His mother also, he learned, he really didn't understand till he was an adult, but she couldn't read either. So he didn't really get the support or strength at home. And he gave up at one point in his life.
Back in 1988, I landed on a job working with Apache helicopters. 92, I was laid off. I had applied for work twice at Raytheon. Both times I was told I needed my GED. Feeling embarrassment for adults, it's sad. I would feel like I wanted to cry inside, but I couldn't.
So came to us in the hopes that, maybe there was hope for him after all.
There was this building called Literacy Volunteers of Tucson, and I would always drive by this place, and I always thought literacy meant they were asking for people who knew how to read to volunteer for something. I just didn't know. Once I found out what it meant, it took me a little bit longer to get inside. The shame was so deep not knowing to read and wanting to ask for help, and yet at the same time, you can't because you're so embarrassed to. But I did make it to the front door, and took me a while to open the door, but I did. And that was the first time I let someone outside of my family know that I was literate.
We pride ourselves here at Literacy Connects in having a very warm and open environment for students, with the door always open, that students can stop in and stop out as their life situations change. So I think Marty quickly felt accepted. He bonded pretty quickly with some of our adult basic literacy staff.
I found them to be very understanding. They took their time, and their passion of helping me was very noticeable. Being on the board of ProLiteracy, I find fascinating, and to be in such an organization and seeing everything that all of you guys are doing to help students like myself, adult students, I love it. The help is finally here. I hope the education of this never goes away because there's many of us students who need it.
He gets so motivated and passionate about wanting to help others to see that they can do this, that it's possible, that if he did it, they can do it.
All right. Thank you, folks, for sticking around for that video about a very important cause. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it over to the cast. Again, if you haven't tried or if you hadn't entered yet, please enter #arcane in chat if you would like a chance to win one of these fancy hardwood spell slot trackers. So let me bring them over. And there we are.
Yay! Everybody.
We are all live in our.
Oh, you didn't count.
Yeah, you didn't count down.
We need somebody to
We all-
count.
Oh wait, we're supposed to count.
We're so
Oh, here.
cute.
Start it over. Start it
Yes.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, wait. Let me go back. No.
Yeah. Rewind the chat. Rewind the chat.
We're gonna just start the stream over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gonna watch the video again.
yes, everyone, quick backstory before I introduce these fine three individuals. We all met through the TTRPG community a little over a year and a half ago. Through Twitter. Shannon is the reason why I created a TTRPG Twitter account, just because I had been inspired by her posts. Patch and I started listening to each other's podcasts, and then eventually we got in on the From Afar train and vice versa. We have these cheesy shirts because we all went and surprised Patch for his birthday recently, and we, of course, had to wear shirts. So this is how the dream team was formed, and I'm so happy. We've been talking about this for months, trying to get everyone on the stream. So I just want to introduce the cast, and before I did, I realized there's one last thing I should have said. I would be remiss if I went through this stream tonight and did not call out and recognize the horrible, awful things that are happening in the Twitch community over these last couple of weeks with these hate raids. The hashtag Twitch, do better Twitch. I know that I am privileged enough to be a cis het white man streaming D&D, and that I am very unlikely to be a victim of one of these hate raids. That being said, it's something that is important that people continue to call out, and whether that is taking the first off or not taking the first off, whatever people have to do to continue to make sure that they use their platforms and their voices to call out hate where hate is, and it has no place here. And sorry, I just wanted to get that out there. And on a lighter note, introduce the delightful human being, David.
Hello. My name is David. That's pretty much it, honestly.
Oh my God! No, you have more than
Come
that.
on.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is David Tilstra. I was just telling them a second ago. I'm stupid nervous to be here right now. I don't know why. But anyway, I am the Dungeon Master over at From Afar podcast. We are on a bit of a hiatus right now because of just some life stuff that's happening, but we are coming back very soon. And we're excited to come back, and I'm excited to be here with these lovely people raising very cool money for a very cool cause, ProLiteracy. And I love you all, chat. I love you all, cast. And I love you, Nick. And that's me.
Good job. Is it my turn? Are we going in order of the overlay? Great. Hi, everybody. I've seen some of you just like, I don't know however long ago, like a half an hour ago. I am from Paradise RPG. That is my nerd home. I play D&D 5e there every Monday night. That is our flagship show, Advantage in Paradise. I mod for Sean on his stream, Relaxing in Paradise, who is our DM. He's our DM. He's in chat. Hi, Sean. We also are participating in the Day Off Twitch this Wednesday because we moved Relaxing in Paradise from Thursday to Wednesdays to to accommodate for grad school because Sean's in grad school. Yeah.
Ooh,
So we
congratulations.
are starting on Wednesdays, but we are not We're not doing it this week because we are participating in the day off Twitch because hate has no home in paradise, has no home here, and we stand firm by that. You can find me on all socials at sroby25. And I am just so pumped to be here with these goobers. We're gonna have some fun tonight.
Woo.
And I'm gonna point. I don't know if I'm pointing the correct way.
No, other way.
Damn
Other
it, I
way.
do that every time. Every time. Go, Patch.
Oh, how am I supposed to follow this up? Okay, so I am Patch. If you haven't met me, welcome. It's very nice to meet you. You can hear me on the first campaign of Discount Dungeons. They are currently on a slight hiatus while they figure out some editing, sounding, all that fun stuff. I love those guys so much. They are fantastic people. Otherwise, you can find me just about anywhere on Twitter at Patcher0730. I do voice acting here and there. I do some creative things, which I don't know, Nick. I'll let you talk about that. But yeah, I am excited to be here. These are all fantastic people. As you heard, they traveled up to visit me and surprised the crap out of me. There's video.
Amazing.
My face, I gobsmacked. And I love them all so much. They are wonderful, and I cannot wait to play with them. Yay!
Yay.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm so excited to play with you three. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and put a final call out for the giveaway. So you've got like a few seconds to enter #arcane in chat. So, you know, cue the Jeopardy music, but don't actually, so we don't get the DCMA. Although I did play not one but two ABBA songs on one of my prior streams, and it never got flagged. So I think I'm
now
good.
you just put it in the
Yeah,
universe, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay. You know what? All right, it's 8:48. Let's get this thing going. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. So it looks like Lisa or Lisa. Congratulations. I will make sure, let me write down your username because I will not be able to reach out until probably tomorrow. But I will reach out and get your info and make sure that we can find out whether you want the spell slot tracker or the dice vault. So fantastic. All right. Well, let me go ahead.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I was, ready for Patch to win, even though he didn't put.
I didn't enter. I didn't enter.
To win anyway.
Yeah.
Seriously.
How many
even
is
when
it
you
now,
don't
Patch?
enter, you still win.
We've lost track at this point. I hate to say it, a lot of the dice I'm going to be rolling tonight have been won in some way.
Yes.
Not all of them.
Do you have your dream team? Do y'all have your dream team dice? Because I don't.
Of course I do. I have my dream team dice right here.
I have mine in my bag somewhere.
Well, while they try and figure that out, we will go ahead and get started by giving everyone the chance to introduce themselves. So let me zoom in here on this map. And I'm going to set the scene a little bit. So, okay. You three, we'll get to your characters shortly. Each of you three was invited to the country of Voinograd. The city of Voinograd, a city that is at the center of a war-torn region, at the very heart of a ruined forest known as the Bloodwood. This land, what you would have known from your preliminary research, has been war-torn due to a decades-long war between devils and demons. Some know this as the Blood War. Unfortunately for the humans and dwarves and elves and halflings and others that lived in Voinograd, the devils and demons chose to use Voinograd as each of them wanted to take it as a base of operations. It was a very defensible city near a lot of resources, And the hardy folk of Voinegrad have been fighting for years and years, fighting back the forces of the Nine Hells and the Abyss. About 10 years ago, that all came to what seemed to be somewhat of a victorious end, though it left the city mostly in ruins. It's been 10 years of an almost sort of Cold War peace, and you all received a letter from the city's burgomaster, a man named Ivan Kostje, who has invited you to help him rid the city of an evil force rising somewhere in the Bloodwoods outside of the city. They didn't provide any details other than that, but each of you three have earned a name as adventurers in one way or another, and we'll go ahead and introduce your characters as we zoom in on this sleek black iron train. Coursing with blue runes as this arcane locomotive, which we've decided pre-stream to call the Iron Spectacle in honor of our friends at Arcane Spectacles, is racing towards the city of Voinegrad. You suspect you should be there within an hour based on what the conductor has said. And I'd like to kind of bring us into the car that you three are in. This is a somewhat, well, you can tell this was at its height when it was first made. Incredibly luxuriant train, rich velvet carpets and mahogany bar and tables, but it's clearly over the decades it's gotten worn and torn and frayed around the edges. I am going to bring us up to another screen that will show a map. It's not a map of the train, it's just a map sort of like a little sitting room tavern. We're going to use our imagination here, and I want each of you to do two things for me. When you introduce your character, give us the usual, name and race and class, but I also want you to tell me what subclass you are playing, because folks, tonight we are each of the players are playing a unique subclass created by Patch. This is a project he's been working on for, I think, over a year at this point.
A year now. We looked. It is over a year.
They're so good. They're so good.
They're good. They're very good. I'm excited.
So each of them are playing a different subclass, and this is the first time we've ever played them, so we are play testing them here. So things might get a little wacky, but I'm very excited. Just don't forget, when you are considering whether to donate tonight, for as little as $5, you can throw any of these players a bonus D6. You can also, for $25, donate to have them change their character's voice, which will be for as long as the rest of the game is, or until someone else donates to change that voice. Now, caveat, you can list maybe a suggestion for a voice when you go to pick the player, but I'm going to leave it up to them ultimately to decide to use a voice that they're going to be comfortable trying to do. So you'll see going down below, there's plenty of different ways that you can donate. We'll drop the Tiltify link. But without further ado, let me bring us over to the map view. And David, why don't you describe your character for us?
Alrighty. You'll see a very short but very stout-looking dwarf. He goes by the name of Hellier, Hllyer. Does it sound almost like hell? Stuff like that. Hellier Askins. Yes. I never said that name out loud. I probably should have done it before. I said it on stream, but anyway, Hellier is a cavern dwarf from deep in the mines, but subclass that he is playing is can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you all froze like crazy.
Can you still hear me?
I can.
Yeah, something weird. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Everything.
I don't see anyone moving.
Oh no.
Getting some turbulence.
I hear you guys.
Let me check my stream health. Is it the same?
Okay,
That's better. Discord just rebooted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody did anything.
Okay.
Discord barfed on us.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Discord.
We're gonna have to do all that again because you
That's
started.
fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
I mean, donate, but I love this voice David's doing.
Yes. Exactly.
Great.
This is Hellier Askansis, which again, really should have play tested that name before I said it live on stream for the first time. He is a dwarven miner of the subclass, which Patch made is a sorcerer subclass from sorcerer origin Hammerfist lineage. So basically, Hellier is a sorcerer who is basically also an earthbender. Would that be a fair assumption, Patch?
I think that's a very fair assessment, and I do have to say that this one was actually created kind of in collaboration with David.
Nice.
For a project that he had worked on before, and I was like, oh, I love this idea. So I just kind of rolled with it from there, and I'm so glad that you picked this up.
I am too. That was definitely the hardest part of getting ready for the stream, is just picking which of the amazing subclasses.
I know, right?
Yeah.
to choose.
I really
But
stared at the list for like 10 minutes. Like, what do I do? I want them
much.
all.
But what you see is a very dirty, like covered in dirt and earth, like bits of rock and gravel in his black beard. He looks stout but surprisingly thin and a little bit sickly, looking for what you're used to seeing of the dwarven races. But his eyes, you can see in his eyes, he's seen the darkness of the mines and is tougher for it, even though he is a little more on the feeble looking side. And that is Hellier Askansis.
Okay. All right. Shannon, do you want to introduce your character?
I sure would. All right. So, sitting in a corner, we have this human woman. She's young, a young woman. She's got these cute little goggles on top of her head, but also wearing glasses because her eyesight is terrible. She's covered in all sorts of like pockets and belt buckles and just like anywhere you can put something, she's got just like paper clips and pens and pieces of paper and scraps of metal, just all, hanging out everywhere. And she's sitting and she has this little like box on her lap. And she's tinkering with it, and she's got her tongue between her teeth because that's what she does when she concentrates. She's just like trying to get that really fine piece of wire and stuff, and she's not talking to anybody, but just like really excited. And every often you'll hear her go, "Oh yes, that's right," and just like really excited about what she's doing. She's got big blue eyes that are a little bit magnified behind her glasses. And she just loves to tinker. She's tinkering. And I am going to be playing a dabbler subclass called Junker, which is also a creation of Patches. And I'm going to milk the shit out of it. And I can't wait.
Junker was actually the one that started this whole project.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was the first one that I did.
Yeah, the Junker gives me big, and Hillary has brought this up as well. Big Junkrat energy from Borderlands, or from Overwatch, and I love it. And yeah, so folks, if you hear us using the word dabbler, Artificer is a Wizards of the Coast IP. And here on Shard Tabletop, so that we have a very similar class. It's called the Dabbler, and it operates in a very similar fashion, but for legal purposes, it is not the Artificer. So you'll hear us. We may kind of jump back and forth, but that's what the Dabbler is.
And for my fellow friends here, Essery is her full name. I should not be gesturing. Scissors in my hand. Essery is her full name, but you guys call her Essa or S or any sort of nickname you want. She answers to literally anything. So she's just very, very intensely like just twisting screwdrivers and just maybe pulling something out of the pocket and just be like, nah, that doesn't work. It just throws it over her shoulder. I'd
like to imagine Esri at least 3 times, like the conductor has had to come up and be like, ma'am, we are begging you to please stop taking pieces off terrain.
But I need it. I I'm
yeah.
almost done. I promise. I'll put it back when I'm done. I promise.
And with that brilliant description, Patch, bring us home and tell us about your character that you will be playing tonight.
Okay, so you're gonna see an older-looking gentleman kind of staring wistfully out the window. He's watching the trees go by and like kind of keeping his eye on everything, and his eyes are like flitting back and forth. And he's wearing like very kind of soft, like simple-looking garb. His arms, if you look, they kind of look like they have these green tattoos. But if you look close enough, you'll notice like every so often they're more under the skin. They kind of move a little bit. So he's got like a bearded face and everything. So I'm playing Euonymus Fortunae. He mostly goes by Fortunae because Euonymus is way too hard to pronounce. And I am playing a druid, and the subclass is going to be the Circle of Infestation. The idea behind it just kind of being going in like these invasive species, and that's what those moving things are. They're vines underneath his skin from the parasite that he's taken on. So he the entire time. So every so often, they'll come over. Maybe they'll be talking to Essery, going, you can't take, and he'll just like the third or so time he'll just burr. That's enough. We've heard enough. This is fine. She's fine.
Thank you. I'm really close to being done. I promise. Really close. It's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to show you.
And for folks who are wondering, I don't know if you mentioned this, Patch. Forgive me. The race you are playing, the Shando, are.
Oh, I am. Yes, I am playing Shandao, which is a Underground Oracle creation. I love Underground Oracle. They are fantastic. Jess, Keith, if you hear this, we love you. You are fantastic, and I am excited to play Shandao.
Yes, and it's important to point out, if you can't tell from the picture, the Shandao have 4 arms. Mm-hmm. Not 4 arms. Well, we all have 4 arms. Yes. They have 4 arms. So 4
they have 4 arms.
Yes. I had 16 arms, I guess.
Yeah. 16.
I literally did not notice that. I've looked at this picture like 100 times, and I just noticed that he has 4 arms.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. All right. Well, with that wonderful description, why don't you 3? You can see the city on the horizon. These large spires that end in these almost onion domes. Think very very Moscow, but like in the middle of the Cold War. And just over the horizon of a forest, seemingly endless in its expanse of just blackened, gnarled trees. It's the dead of winter. Snow is blanketing the entire landscape around you. A gray kind of cobalt sky, midday, but it's difficult to tell exactly when. And why don't you 3 just talk amongst yourselves as you are making your way to the final leg of this trip.
I think
Nope, you go.
I think Hellier, or Hell for short, Hell. I think y'all have traveled with him quite a few times before. This is not new for you, but he some of the dirt and rocks and rubble like on him, like it seems he sort of like picks at it and like it's sort of like Aang from Avatar, like with the, hey, check out these marble tricks, like it has him spinning around in his hand. He's very much just like absentmindedly like there's a rock like flipping around in his like fingers and is like bouncing around from one hand to the other.
So cool.
And he just looks over at Esther and he says, "Aye, what be you making there now today?"
Hold on. 1 second. Let me just finish this note. Okay. So what I have here actually it's really really cool. You know how I'm always trying to braid my hair, right? And I can never really do it right. So what I'm working on is I'm trying to do something that will braid it for me. So I just put it on like a hat, like that, and then it'll just braid it. But last time I tried it, it didn't go so well. So I'm really close. So I made some really cool adjustments, and I'm really close. So I'll show you in like 5 minutes, okay?
I feel like Hell would look over at like the parts that she took off of the train just to verify they're like not crucial to like the running of the train. Like, or your hair?
Yeah, I need all the pieces I can get. There's one piece that I have back in my workshop that I don't have with me, and that looks like it. So I just need to use it. But don't worry, I know a lot about these trains, and we're not gonna crash. All right. So 5 minutes. I'll be back.
And you definitely get the sense that Hellier was very uncomfortable being on this train already, and now is much more uncomfortable being on this train.
Fortunes would like look over and just. We remember the last time that you made something like this.
What are you talking about? It was great. Which thing are you talking about? There's a lot.
Ear piercing one.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was the one I was thinking of too.
yeah, that one's that's no good. I that one's back at the workshop. I haven't picked it up since because my earlobe is still swollen. Oh no.
We will say that ogre looked a lot fetching after the end.
It looked great when you were done with it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I thought so. He didn't seem to think so.
Like once you wiped away all the blood, it looked great. But and once you replaced the ear,
yes, thank you, thank you for helping me find another ear. That was very helpful.
What we do, it's what friends are for. Helping friends find other species' ears and attaching them to ogres' heads.
Exactly.
And it's at that point you look over and you do see a very befuddled halfling bartender who's going up and who goes to pull a draft beer, and you know, Hellier, that this is definitely a part that Essery took, and as he goes to like get the beer, it just shoots straight in the face like fire hose, and he falls back and leads to a
sorry, go ahead.
little bit of chaos.
A single tear for the fallen ale. Down.
I didn't end up using that piece, and I forgot to put it back. I'm sorry.
Esri,
I didn't mean it.
all the creatures who've been sacrificed for your inventions, all the ears we've had to find, cannot compete with this travesty. The ale.
I'm sorry.
I can't look. Fortunate, cover my eyes. I
back.
can't look.
So a little vine is just gonna like come out from the skin and just like go over, like grow enough just to cover his eyes, and another one is gonna come from the other hand, like take a napkin out of like a pocket and start dabbing off the
Oh wait,
halfling.
it looks like I broke that one. Hold on. And she'll just go and she'll pull out like a wrench that she has and just like jam it into the tap, just like I fist it.
Love it. And as the vine grows out of Fortuna's arm and covers Hell's face, a woman covers up her child's face. Oh dear, we must really be off this train. And gets up and heads onto another train. And so as you three creatures of chaos continue your trip, after a few more minutes, you hear the sounds of metal screeching as the train begins to come to a stop. It exits you all out at the center of the city. As you were entering, you did see a massive iron gate that opened up, allowing the train entrance into the city. And as you look back behind you, you can see it's already closing. They clearly don't like to leave the gates open for long. As you all make your way into the center of the city, it is immediately obvious to you this was once a city of grandeur. However, many of the buildings are piles of rubble. The cobblestones are cracked and uneven, and you can see the remnants of just a savage magical warfare evident everywhere. Really quickly, as we make our way in there, if anyone would like to give me an Arcana check, I'll leave it up to you whether or not you think that you would like to do that.
Would you say that there's a lot of junk around?
I would say there is lots of junk and rubble.
You also did say lots of rubble, which made me very happy.
More rock spinnies!
Yeah. I got a 17 on that Arcana check.
Okay.
Oh, I did not do well.
I got a
12.
I got 13. So.
Hellier, this actually works out.
Yeah.
You know, you're a dwarf. You know how to bring a building. You know how to bring a building up, and you know how to bring a building down. The damage that you see against that these buildings have suffered, the scorch marks, and this just almost imperceptible smell of sulfur that you can just get through the cracks of the train. This definitely reeks of demonic or hellish magic. That this was not. These are not. This is not from cannons or catapults. This was hell was unleashed to some extent within this city. Some of the buildings have been crudely rebuilt with these simple gray bricks, which clash with the previous, like, garish red, the beautiful spiraling domes next to these squat martial buildings that you can tell were kind of put up as a last-ditch effort. And one thing that, as you all get to the very end of this, that you can't help but miss, one of these squat gray buildings, you see massive graffiti along it. Looks like it was, it starts like 15 feet up, and it's written in these large letters, just kind of scrawled in this messy black handwriting. And it says, "Beware the night witches. The commander feasts on children. Do not stray into the bloodwoods. The old witch rides upon her mortar."
Two things right away. Hellier would absolutely be checking the train schedule to see where this one goes next, because there's a very good chance we're just going to stay on this train and not go off, because that was terrifying. And I think at first y'all would have seen with the description you gave, it started out very like, yes, stone and sulfur and minerals, and it smells just like Mom used to make them. But then, as more thoughts and more information was coming in, he gets very stoic and focused. And as he's looking out over these scrawling words, you see again almost unconsciously the rocks that are kind of floating around him go up into fist boxing gloves, and he says, "I think we're gonna have to be very, very careful moving forward. It seems like the rumors of demonic incursion were very, very true."
And
What's the matter?
oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Why? What's the matter?
Well, a couple things. I smelled sulfur, which, as you all know, is one of my favorite delicacies.
I love that smell.
I know, so do I. It's great. But this is a very specific sulfur. This is what us mining folks call the bad sulfur. If dwarves tunnel too deep, if they tunnel too close to the nine hells, because I'm pretty sure that's the way that works. Sometimes you get this very specific pungent smell, and trust me, we don't want to tangle. Or if we are going to tangle with them, we're going to have to be very, very careful. Careful. There's a couple signs here. And also these big words here. Did you not see these big words?
I would have said that everyone would have seen that as it was kind of as it was coming to a slow, but you definitely would have seen it going by.
They're talking about a witch. What does that mean?
I mean, we did meet that witch 3 adventures ago, and she was awful.
A real witch.
A real witch, as the kids say nowadays.
And one thing I do want to give you, David, with that 17, as you get off the train, and you can now breathe the air in, there is a fiendish aura emanating from the stones of this city itself. It's as if the magic that was wrought here left a taint on the city. It gives you, I'll say with the 13, Euonymus, you feel something's not right here, but not in the way that, you believe in the balance of life and death in nature. That life has to end and death has to begin. But this is not a natural. These are the forces of hell are really the antithesis of any druid. It's just raw destruction, purposeless.
Yeah, any vines that would have been out right now are kind of retracting back in, and he's just kind of "We do not like this. This is not all right."
As you three are making your way through the city to the Citadel, where you've given instructions to meet Kostje, I first off want to thank we've got a couple more donations come in from Ziva and Infestor.
Hey.
You each now
Infestor.
have a wild magic surge, and Patch actually has two, and we're gonna be you all are gonna be seeing those coming up shortly. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that. With that being said, you make your way through the streets, and you see guards, military gray garbs with very typical like ushinkas, the kind of fur hats that you might see in Eastern fantasy Europe. And everyone looks suspicious of everyone here. You see people this is not a happy city to be in. Whatever shops there are, they've got iron gates over them, and they look like they let people in. You can't just walk in these stores. You see the metal grates open and checking for IDs and closing. You all just make your way through what this was previously known as the Red City, and it's looking red, but not in the good way. As several streets you go by, it looks like the cobblestones themselves once ran red with blood. And with that, I will say, for the interest of time, you all are able to make your way to the Citadel, where guards greet you. There's no question of who you are. Once they see Kostje's seal, the Burgermeister's seal on the letter, they immediately bring you in to this Citadel. It is a towering building on a fortress on a hill at the center of the city, the most well repaired and well restored of all of the buildings. And as you enter, there are it's a gleaming domed roof as you enter, with frescoes and rich tapestries lining the walls, depicting scenes from the war, of demons breaking through the walls, and you see people fighting them back. And there are pillars that are painted in gold, and you're escorted into a room with a circular table at the center, atop which sits a very nice teacup set, and what looks like a freshly boiled kettle of water, as man is looking out the window. This huge window overlooking the city, and you can now see definitely how much of the city is in ruins from up here. And he's kind of a husky human male, gray hair pulled back away from the face. He's wearing like a rich red brocade uniform with that same black fur ushanka hat, but military, the like square military shoulder pads. And as he turns, you just see like metal after metal after metal on this guy's face, or on this guy's uniform, not on his face, on his face.
That would be pretty metal, actually.
You see
a lot of metal.
He has a very well manicured goatee that was once black, but is far more salt than pepper now. And he's holding a glass of tea, which he takes a sip from. And in his other hand, he's walking with a cane. He sports an eye patch over his left eye. And as you look closely as he walks towards you, you see that the hand holding the cup of tea is made of metal, with like intricate like wires and carvings in it, that Essa, you would notice immediately. And he says, welcome to the Citadel. Please take a seat.
As sits down, you see her just like going from the hand to the metals, because she's looking at the metals and immediately imagining all the things she could melt that down into and concoct something different from, and she's just kind of like,
Fortunate is just putting an arm, like a hand on her hip or her leg, or like out, just like he knows Esther is like ready to pounce. It's just,
you see that? It's so cool.
Well,
we can talk with him about it later.
As you have as just introducing himself, he says, "My name is Burgermeister Ivan Kostje. You three must be the adventurers I hired."
Yes, that is correct.
Please take a seat. Have make tea for you.
Elliot
And
sits down, but
okay.
it does not make tea.
Okay. Well, he's coming over, and he's coming over to pour tea for each of you.
Oh,
As he does it for me, I'm watching the hand and the arm as it's going, and just like really, really awkwardly staring, wide-eyed. You know, her big blue eyes get even
Yep.
wider, and just marveling at this
All right.
creation.
Do your goggles like telescope and like zoom in?
gosh.
I need
100%.
Oh no.
Well, Shannon, as you lean in and you zoom in, I need you to roll a D100 for me because we're going to
Oh, no.
trigger
No.
the first wild magic surge of the night.
No! You turn magnetic and all metal just shoots towards your body.
Yeah, this is incredible. We are halfway to our donation goal.
Already?
We're already at 250.
Yay!
We
so
just had
much, Chad.
another
That's awesome.
donation from Vertrox Nightblood for you, David. A wild magic
Thank
surge.
you.
So you and I both have two.
Vertra.
Great.
Yeah.
Trucks, I'm coming.
13.
Oh, hey, that's not potted plant, I think.
No,
Step-
potted plant's in the 40s, I think.
Yeah, it's in the 40s, I think.
Yeah.
Potted plant,
Let's see.
potted plant.
Or is it flumps?
Okay.
Oh my god, please
Oh,
tell me it's
God.
flumps.
Oh, when Nick laughs, that's bad. That's bad.
Oh
bad.
boy! I need all
Oh,
three of you
boy.
to make a
no.
wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
Oh, the one
saving
thing I'm good at.
I'm
The
not
one
Wisdom.
thing I'm good at.
Oh no!
And I need to get I need to look up the stats for Kostje real
Ooh,
quick.
that's a 19 for your
Oh,
boy.
that's a 21 for Essa.
And that's going to be a 26 for Fortuné.
Well done,
Well.
everyone. We expected it.
This is easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope-
But that's
Four.
though.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. He's about to give us a quest.
Okay.
Body.
So sorry, I was trying to I have the wrong window open. Okay, I was trying to see what everyone got. So it was a 19. What were the other two rolls?
21.
26.
I'm rolling real dice. Do you want me to roll on Shard?
No, that's totally fine. I have to roll something real quick because let me get my real dice.
We just
What
killed
did
the
I
quest
do?
giver.
You just cast the spell Confusion centered on yourself.
Oh
Of course I did.
And I have to let the dice tell the truth. Kostje rolled a 6.
Oh, no!
So as Esseri leans in close, her goggles sort of just, there's like a little glint off of them for a moment, and this little spark shoots out from her glasses onto his hand, and you see him like he sits up for a second. The Confusion spell.
Roll a 1d10.
Yeah,
Takes a
yeah.
lot.
Oh no.
Immediately, by the way, when this happens, God, this is going to be fun. Both of the two guards stationed at the room immediately pull out their swords and rush over to what's happening. We're going to see what happens with Kostje before.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start looking at
Okay.
the spells now.
Yeah, I literally pulled up all my spells.
He looks as if he is stunned, like he's not moving. And the two guards have come over and they've pulled their swords out. They go, "You witch! What did you do to our commander?"
I didn't do nothing.
know.
I was just looking. What happened? What's wrong?
You can't be brandying that word about. You don't even know the poor lass.
Well, whatever she did, she cast curse on our. And as they say that, let me do the next.
right.
He gets to roll a wisdom saving throw to try to break.
How do you know it's a curse? Maybe he's just
Okay.
stupid.
What's your DC, Shannon? Spell save DC. It should be like right around.
Spell save DC. Hold on. I don't magic.
It's down underneath
Oh,
your,
no.
right above your. Oh shit.
What's it above?
It should be right underneath where your spells would be.
How did we manage to go off the rails? We're not even on the train
Oh,
anymore.
You know what? I'm pretty sure he got a 17.
Oh,
So I think
14.
Okay,
DC
all right.
Intelligence 14.
so. As the blades are out, you see Kostje. What's why are your weapons
You're right.
out?
Are you
Put-
alright?
What is the meaning of this? We have our guests here. Put the weapons away. And you see they both, without even like a moment's hesitation, sheathe their weapons. Commander, we apologize. The witch woman looked like she had attacked you.
Not a witch. I'm an inventor.
We think there might have been something in the tea.
Your hand is very cool. I'd like to talk more about it later.
He goes, every now and again it acts up. It must explain what just happened. But no worries. Where was I? I invited you three here, please. And you see the guards have each kind of like, they've settled back where they were, but they're looking much more alert.
Stick my tongue out at them.
And Kostje, again, it's like he just, that like went off of his shoulders, just rolled right off. He's very much like,
bro.
well, but keeps himself together, remains
Sit on my hand.
charismatic and articulate, and he says, I've brought you all here to the city because, well, I think a little short history lesson is probably necessary. You know of the blood war between the devils and the demons. Yes, well, unfortunately, our fair city was a battleground for them for many decades. And about 10 years ago, we believed that we were going to defeat them once and for all. Myself and my closest friend in the military, a famed woman known as Commander Vasilisa. She was aged far beyond the years of what one might expect for a soldier, well into her 8th decade, but she was a monster on the battlefield and a fierce tactician. We thought that she was going to change the war. The soldiers even began calling her the Baba Yaga, for she left death in her wake. But it turns out that, well, Commander Vasilisa was not who we thought she was. And about 10 years ago, on the eve of what was going to be our greatest battle, she turned on us, and she opened the gates and allowed the demon hordes into the city. We suspect that either she had been a demon all along and had only been working her way into our inner circle so that she could get the codes to open the gate, or she was somehow corrupted by them. But if not for me and my honor guard capturing Vasilisa and the many thousands of Voinogradian lives that were sacrificed there in that day, the demons would have taken the city. And the reason this is important is because, well, I know that I should have ended the Baba Yaga that day, but when it came time for her execution, I still could only see her as my closest friend. And so rather than issue the command, I had her 3 closest lieutenants, which she called the Night Witches, executed in front of her as a lesson. I took her and the corpses of the Night Witches deep, deep into the Bloodwood, and I buried them around a magical enchanted hut, where I then imprisoned the Baba Yaga so that she would never be able to leave, but would always be able to look out the window and see the corpses, the graves of her 3 closest friends, and remember what it is she had done. I thought that maybe, perhaps, one day she would learn what she had done. Unfortunately, the hut, the magic apparently was undone, or changed and twisted. Rumors of this enchanted hut walking through the forest on legs like giant chicken, leaving dead soldiers twisted and strung up in trees. And worse, rumors of the Night Witches returned to life. Their heads somehow returned to their body. Not only did she escape the hut, she seems to have brought back her 3 commanders, her 3 lieutenants. And, well, she's set on raising an army to destroy the city once and for all. And we know that she might have the capabilities to do so because, well, about 2 weeks ago, before I sent you a letter, a very powerful weapon was stolen from the armory here. Weapon powerful enough that it could change the war. And I need you 3 to go into the Bloodwood and defeat Vasilis, the Baba Yaga, recover the weapon, end her war, and I will reward each of you handsomely with 5,000 gold pieces from the Voinogradian treasury.
That's it. This seems like a really tall order. It sounds really scary, if I'm being honest. And didn't we see something about the witches on the way in there? How?
Yes, the townsfolk, they are quite frightened of Vasilisa. For as much as she once inspired hope, she now inspires fear and terror. Children sleep in their parents' bedroom for fear that the Baba Yaga will come and take them in the night. The night witches, the rumors are that they walk the streets of Voinograd at night. We've had soldiers go missing, but even now, and he points, and you see off in the distance, just like something you would have noticed before. It looks like a flock of like black birds. Her black-winged spies watch over the city, bringing word back to her of our troop positions. We do what we can to scatter them, but for every dozen we kill, there seem to have another.
They've always hated birds.
Yes.
I rolled a insight check. I want to see how I'm trying to see how torn up he actually is about this person. Like the thought of us killing this Baba Yaga.
He definitely, like when he mentioned like I want you to go and kill her, you sensed pain in his voice. You got a 12? Yeah.
12, yeah.
Yeah, you sensed this was not a decision that he made lightly.
Okay.
But that and I was it's always tricky with insights. Like you notice the man is not one to show a lot of emotion, but you notice like a slight tremor in his hand as he was like taking a sip from his tea as he talked about giving you all the order.
Okay. Well, this seems wow, I'm just talking in Russian. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens to people who come to our city.
It must
We'll
be
be
the problem of the city here. It is rough. I don't even remember what I was talking for. I think Hellier would stand up and walk over to. You said Ivan is his name?
Ivan Kostje. Yeah.
Ivan Kostje. He says, "Aye, Ivan. This seems like a decision you haven't made lightly. And, well, I can't predict the future, but, I will try my best to help put an end to this terror, and I think I speak for my friends when I say that, but I wouldn't assume to offer up their lives for, this seems like a very dangerous mission, but, we'll do our best to see if we can stop this. So you said people patrol the streets, or the night witches come through the streets at night?
Every now and again, but they haven't been seen since the weapon was stolen, so we suspect they were likely here to either corrupt others or make their way in. I should tell you, Vasilisa, she was my closest friend, and she is a brilliant woman and a tactician, not only on the battlefield, but of the mind. You must not listen to her words. She will attempt to twist your mind with honeyed promises of power and corruption, but she cannot be trusted. In fact, I worry that it is her very deception that led me to stay the blade that day, so that my mercy would then bring us to, well, where we are now.
Don't worry, I got something that we can use for that. I've been working on it when I'm not working on my braider thing.
I hoped it was the braider thing. That would be awesome.
Euonymus, before you say your next thing, I need you to pick a new voice.
No.
Because we got a donation from Beans, and per Beans' request, I must say, as the Junker would say, we live in a Scry Society.
Oh no!
So that was a request from Beans, and
Okay.
So Euonymus, I don't know. You looked like maybe you were about to say something.
I was about to jump in and say something. So I will say that thing. Whoa. I was wondering, what is the weapon that you were talking about?
What happened to your voice? Why are you talking like that?
Aye.
What are you talking about? I've always had this voice.
It must be one of the other Voinagradian curses. The night witches have taken his voice and they're turning him into a mermaid.
I do want to say, Patch just made it. Yeah, you all just made it canon that the person whose voice changed has no idea that their voice changed. Like that, this is only the other people. Kostje looks at you and goes, "You strange man, but the weapon was, well, how do I put this? very big grenade. Think big bomb. Take out many city streets. And if it was used, it could more than likely, and he points out to the very large, well-fortified wall at the end of the city, it's very likely all someone would need to take down our wall.
Did you say that this bomb or grenade is able to be dismantled?
I would not recommend it. It was very complicated to make, involved both arcane and divine, as well as technological.
I can handle it. I'll take a look at it if we find it. I'll see what I can do.
Desiree, don't
Dude.
pull the pin.
I do have one,
I'm not gonna
one
pull the
question.
pin. I'm gonna figure out how to not pull the pin and just make it not boom.
If there was a wire to be cut or pulled, which color, just off the top of head, would you?
Oh no,
No, you're gonna have the instructions and you're gonna have to tell me what to do.
Yes,
Alright,
we made all wires black, so no one would know which wires to cut. It's very smart.
Very
Men in the
short-sighted.
drama plays, they always make one red, one blue, which make very easy to fix. So we just make all black.
And of course you wouldn't want to make Of course you wouldn't want to make it easy if we're trying to dismantle a bomb. Of course.
Well, yes, we actually would like this bomb so that we could use it against the demons. But I think that we are missing the point.
I can fix it. It's fine. Continue.
We don't have much time. I would recommend you all leave now. You don't want to be caught in the Bloodwoods too late at night.
No, that wouldn't be fun.
And he says, but if you have any more questions for me about the job, we will be here awaiting. We will keep an eye. We will watch the edges of the forest. I should mention, the Bloodwood is not a very good place to be. You must keep your wits about you and your weapons well oiled.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Hellier just puts his fists up and the roxing gloves are on his
Sing gloves, I love it.
I don't need oil.
What I want to do is I want to use some scrap units.
Yep.
And I want to try and fashion some like headphones.
Oh.
Some ones that will like block out the sound so that
Okay.
like we won't hear whatever that corrupting thing is. So I'm looking at the table right now. I don't know what you would say the caliber of rarity that those things would be. They're going to be magical, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless it depends on how many things I find, because I'm going to need to go do some scrapping and just like pull random things.
So just to clarify what's going on, one of the things of the Junker is that a lot of the things that they have, they can break down to scrap units. And the Junker has the ability to take that scrap and create it into new items. And each of these items takes a different amount of scrap in a different amount of time based on the rarity of the item. So that's what Shannon's talking about, these scrap units.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dismantle my grader because it wasn't working anyway. And I'm going to use those pieces and then the pieces from whatever I find out there to make us some nice little headphones.
All right.
So that we don't need to hear the corruption, you know?
So I'm going to get a little bit, just like in the interest of streamlining things, I'm going to get a little loosey-goosey here. I'm going to say what you're trying to create are essentially like mini localized silence spells.
Yes.
Like you're making the dabbler equivalent of noise-canceling headphones.
Yes.
But they're magic,
Exactly.
so they're more than.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is I will say that basically he's going to get you all like a carriage to the edge of the Bloodwood, so you've got time to sort of get things done. I will allow you to make let me see what your tools. What tools are you? Let's say your Tinker's tools. You can make an intelligence. Tinker tools check.
Okay.
So if you actually go up to your skills, you should. Do you see Tinker tools?
Yes.
You should be able to click on them and then click intelligence check. And I'll let you make this at advantage because you're not in like a battle or anything. So let's see. Okay. All right. With a 16, I will say you are able to make 2 functioning again, we're going to call these like basically like these are noise canceling headphones that when you put them on, your head is basically in under, or your ears are like under the effect of a silent spell. But there's only two. Because you go to do the third one and it like sparks and smokes.
Ah, shit. All right, it's fine. I can use this later, and I shove it in my pocket. Here's what we're gonna do. You've all seen the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, right? The second one, when there's only two souls between the three of them, and they had to toss them around. That's what we're gonna have to do. So you guys can start with it, and I'll just I have some cloth or something I can stuff in my ears.
I still love how you call plays movies. It is just so endearing. It's so cute.
The other, go ahead.
Fortuné has put his on, and you're saying that. What? What are you saying?
Take the headphones off. Take them off.
Oh.
Well, I guess they work. That's great. Do yours work? Do you put them on? Hell, put them on.
And he'd put him on. His back was turned to you, and he doesn't hear you. Like, did you put him on?
Confirm. Great.
So real quick, David, I need you to roll me a D100 while you when you put these on, and Patch, I also need you to roll one too, as each of you put these on.
Here we go.
I'm a wild magic junker.
Oh no, that would be for me a 30 or a 300 if you're just looking at the dice.
Oh, I was like, it's a D100. Okay,
Yeah.
yep, no, that makes sense.
And
Plant. Sorry.
do his, and then we'll do mine.
Well, no, I need to know yours because it may affect how this one goes.
86.
Okay.
86.
Okay, so here's what happens, Essery. So you see them each go and put them on. In the flash of an eye, that same spark that happened before, Hellier disappears. And then there are not one, but 4 Euonymuses sitting in the cart with you, or the carriage, as Euonymus cast Mirror Image immediately, and Hellier teleports randomly 60 feet away.
Oh, only 60 feet.
I knew I shouldn't have connected the green 50-50 shot. Always, every time.
So Hellier, it was technically a space you could see. So you like had your head turned and you were like looking out, and all of a sudden like you blinked and you were standing like on top of a building now, looking down. Like you turn around, you see the carriage.
A broken down Burger King that I was like looking at the drive-through, and all of a sudden I'm like at the order station, like, oi, well.
You all right?
Right, yeah, I'm fine.
Well, actually, you can't. You'd have to yell because he's 60 feet away. So like, and the carriage, and the carriage is still going.
I'm so sorry. Come on.
Oh, that's interesting. They have extra large fries here for the 2 gold.
So Hellier, as you're on that rooftop, you hear. Well, what have we here? And you turn around and there's like 4 very large, like brooding cloaks up, daggers at their side. Guys, it looked like you just landed in their little rooftop hideout.
Did you mess up their card game?
Oh no!
You hear one of them go, I want those fancy rings in his beard, as like they point to your beard. And they are just walking, they are very clearly moving menacingly towards you. As in the background you hear Essery, sorry!
Jump, I got you, it's okay! I can get you! I promise!
I like to imagine this is like, he was headphones in, couldn't hear, back turned to the group, all of a sudden he's outside, takes off the headphones and turns around. There's like 4 evil-looking bandits, just like, you ruined our card game, and he's just like, take the headphones.
Quick. So this is 60 feet away.
Yeah. Well, it's now probably like 80 feet away, unless you or Shannon have stopped the carriage.
I can't go more than 60 feet if I'm gonna catch him.
Did either of you two stop the carriage from what it was doing?
Stop! Yep.
I have 4 of me in there. One of them went, well, I think we should stop.
Why are there 4 of you? I'm getting the fuck out of here, and I go out the carriage.
So are we saying 60 feet?
Yeah, we'll say that the carriage is able to turn around. It's like pulled a U-turn and it's like heading back in his direction. And
Okay.
you can just see his back, and like you probably maybe have just seen the first of the thugs, like just their silhouette beyond him about 10 feet away.
That's all I need to
Oh,
say.
jump!
I'm about to do something dumb.
I
Do
think
it.
do it. I have some plans too, but feel
I'm-
free to take it away.
So I'm using one of my spells, a cantrip called Seed of Chaos.
Oh,
What a name.
So
Sow that seed of chaos.
okay, so imbuing a kernel with wild magic, you toss a seemingly normal seed that sprouts into something far more dangerous. Select a space within 60 feet of you, which we've determined.
hell yeah,
Roll a
hell yeah.
d4 and get the corresponding effect on the table below. Now, because it's a cantrip, I get to roll it 3 times and have three things happen.
Okay.
So he's going to he's going to take he's going to rummage into his pocket, and the mirror images are like looking as well, and he pulls a seed out and he like puts it to his lips, gives it a quick little kiss, and you'll see like one of the vines kind of like taps it and it sparkles a little bit, and he'll yell, "Hell yeah, get down!" and he's gonna toss it. And so I'm gonna roll 3d4, and
Okay.
then
I think
will
while
tell
this
you-
is happening, Hellier, just there walking up and says, "Oh, I don't know if y'all want to tangle with us. Not gonna say we're fucking great, but we're fucking great." And then right as he says get down, he just like, I'm also gonna cast a cantrip, but I'll wait till Patches is done. He like
Okay.
Indian squats down right as the seed like flies over his head.
Okay.
So here's what happens.
Yep.
So I rolled a 1 and 2 2s. The 1 is enticing nettles. So it's gonna land, and you're gonna see all these little weeds come up, and it's gonna smell really nice. Any creature within 10 feet must make a Wisdom save against my spell DC or be charmed until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
Okay, and then the 2 that I rolled twice is Whipping Vines. So among all these weeds, you can see a bunch of like spiky vines kind of shoot out, and they're all gonna lash out. And that's oh gosh, so we're saying there are 4 in that area.
Yeah.
So it's a melee spell attack against each of them, 2d6 piercing damage on a successful attack, and I rolled that twice.
All right. Go ahead and roll that
Or is
damage
it-
while David.
Well, I gotta roll and hit.
Oh, you have to roll a hit. Yeah. Go ahead and drop those
Yeah.
hits. You're aiming for an 11.
Okay.
Also,
And I
this
think
was intended. I definitely intended on you all being out of the city by now, but the wild magic does what the wild magic does.
Yeah,
Well,
the
magic
wild magic
does.
do what it do.
It do.
Dude,
It do what it do. All right, so I have to roll this 8 times.
you got it, Patch.
An 11 and a 12.
2 hits.
A 12 and a 16.
2 more hits.
2 hits.
6 hits.
Yep, and 2 more hits.
8
Okay.
hits.
8
Okay.
hits.
My
So
God.
okay, so I'm just gonna roll this 8 times.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say if you just want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
While that happens, you also Patch. If you click on the little custom dice roller, the little red icon, that should
Yeah.
let you do custom if you just want to click them all at once. Although for some reason it's not working on my screen, so I don't know if it's working for you.
Here. Okay. 8d6. Rolled it.
Yep. Okay. All right.
There you go.
So, David, why don't you describe for me what you're doing as you see these 2 or 3 seeds land on the roof that you recognize? And at first, these guys are like, "What?" As like 3 of them get all like their eyes get all glazed over, and then these 2 like horrible stinging nettle vines land and just start tearing them apart.
I also be casting a cantrip that of Patch. I believe this one is this one yours? Fist of Iron?
Fist of Iron.
It might not be.
It might not be.
And then-
I had Stonebreaker Punch was.
That's what I want to do. So my
Yeah,
goal
okay.
is I in the flavor of this earthbending sorcerer dwarven miner boy with his roxing gloves, he just like hits the top of like the roof and it like breaks some of the rocks and makes like this. And if one of them charges at me, I'm going to punch them off the top of this building.
Okay.
But only if they get past Patches. horrifying nettle briar
okay.
patch.
Just also an FYI, they all need to make a Wisdom 17 save or be charmed.
So
Oh.
I already rolled that. So 3 of them failed. One of them succeeded. Here before we resolve Hellier, Essery, do you have anything planned? Don't feel like you have to. I just want to give you that opportunity.
Sorry, go ahead.
What you see is Hellier is backed up to the edge of the roof. 3 of these guys just got torn. They're literally being torn apart by these vines. Like, absolutely, they have 32 hit points, and so Patch just one-shot them. But the biggest one...
No, hold on.
Uh-huh.
That's per person. So, like, it's 8 per person it's taken.
Oh, okay. So they're still being hurt, but they're not dead.
They're being hurt. They're not dead. No.
But the big guy has like stepped towards Hellier, and you see him readying his stone fist. So I just want to know if you're doing anything to either help him escape or to aid in the attack or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can think about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'll just make my own feature, and it has this this effect where I can make non-magical weapons weaken and corrode, but I have to cast a spell first, I think, in order to do that.
Yeah, you're essentially giving up the dice that you would use to deal the damage to instead make the armor weaker.
All right, so in that case, let me. What does this do? Yep, target and range. What is 100? Okay, perfect. I'm going to cast Rust Bolt.
Ooh.
And I am going to just like take out like just 2 random pieces of metal and just like you know, huck them with my magic. And instead of dealing the damage, I want to weaken whatever weapons or make those corrode, whatever those are using against.
All right.
Hellier.
So make your Rust Bolt attack against this thug that's coming at him.
Okey-dokey. 14.
You only had to get a 13. This guy's got a little bit of a better armor than his minions, but yeah. So David, you see he walks towards you, and you hear the like clanking of metal as Essery puts together her Rust Bolt. It flies past you, and as the guy's like wielding his dagger, it like sticks to it like this like oil, and it drips off of it, and you see he's like, what the and it's like already corroding the metal. How do you resolve your Stonebreaker
really
punch?
Cool.
That's really cool.
A lot.
That's very, very cool. I feel like the reason Hellier's acting so calm is this has happened many times before. This sort of weird wild magic surge, and then us like just picking up the pieces.
Hey, remember with the ogre?
Yeah. Oh, the ogre. If any of the guys are advancing, what I want to do is, and I want to try to do this as non-lethally as possible, but I do want to try to punch them off of the roof. Like, if they're running at me, just like lower uppercut, like bring them over, like my shoulder kind of
so thing. Here's what I'll allow you to do. If you want to, I'll give you advantage because of the spell. You're basically gonna be making like a grapple attack versus him, because you're gonna like grapple him and throw him over. So first make the attack with your Stonebreaker punch.
Stonebreaker punch.
And you can yeah.
So with advantage, it's 19.
Okay, now give me a quick, just straight up strength check.
That's great, because I do have a lot of strength.
You do not have to beat a high number.
Well, I got a natural one.
Okay.
On that.
Oh no!
So first off, David, I need Hellier. I just need you to roll damage for the Stonebreaker punch.
Totally fine. Hey, spells are so hard. 3d6. Oh, but I also get to add one more d6 because I at another thing Patch made at level 6. If I'm ever doing bludgeoning damage, I like am more in tune with stones. Compaction of stone. I can just make more hard-hitting stone.
Oh, as long as it's dealing bludgeoning damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll that extra d6.
So that's 8, and then we'll do one more d6, which is 12 damage.
Okay.
So.
With that, you deal a total of 12 damage. You uppercut him, but as he you go to throw him over you, he grabs your collar and yanks you over the edge. And Essery and Euonymus, you see Hellier and this guy falling like what looks like about a 30-foot drop onto the ground.
Featherfall! Featherfall! I used my reaction to Featherfall!
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
Hellier,
Thank
you feel yourself like lightly float down, and you hear a scream
Not that guy.
that
Not that
ends
guy.
with a sudden like thud, like a wet thud.
Oh, is he
below.
still alive?
He doesn't look like he wants to be.
Okay. Well, as Hellier like floats down like a little piece of paper.
Yeah, that I like to think you're like you're sitting in a hammock.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he just says, well, believe it or not, we're actually here to help you. So we're gonna go try to help you. Hope you feel better. And he walks away.
All right. And with that incredible scene, we're going to do a little narrative fast forwarding as you all are able. Euonymus, your 4 mirror images eventually fade. I think it only lasts a minute.
I think just to annoy maybe the others a little bit, we'd be having a conversation amongst each other.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah, so I love it because
they apparently they know that the voice is weird, but he doesn't.
yeah, so typically mirror image would just be you, like it's an exact duplicate of you, but I'm going to say in Voinigrad with the demonic influence, yeah, it's like 4 slightly different versions of you. So yeah, they have like a full minute long variant conversation. Before you 3 are able to make it through to the edges of the forest, and you're brought to the edge of the Bloodwood. The person that had been running the carriage, you look as you go to like thank them, and they're just a full on like automaton, not like a warforged, but they are
Relic.
just like a
Relic.
like they lack the they lack the like humanity of a warforged. This thing is just like an autonomous, mindless thing that was operating the carriage. So it's just.
Why didn't I notice that before? That's so cool.
So he had on like all the winter suit and stuff. So you didn't notice until he gets out. You just see the like metal face with like the 2 slits.
But really quick, I just want to like get up in its face and just kind of like stare and just like quickly figure out how it works. Just be like, all right.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proximity alert.
Sorry. I'm going. Fine. Sorry.
Sorry, we have to go.
But look at that. It's so cool. It just drove us here. I haven't built anything like that before.
And before it, like Esser, you can even get off. You see, it's like already started to like turn the horses off, and the carriage is like starting to head back to the city.
I bet that one could braid your hair very well if you asked it nicely enough.
I bet it could. I bet it could. Do you have your headphones? Did you bring them with you?
Sorry, I was just saying things randomly. I didn't actually hear what you were saying. That entire ride, I was not listening to a single thing. I mean, Fortuna was talking. Fortune was talking to himself, and I was just like, no, I'm out of this. No.
Yeah, I'm surprised Esther didn't grab the headphones from Fortune when he was having that conversation.
She probably did.
She probably did.
Real quick, what you see Hellier do is he just like gets out, deep breath, and then just like falls back, like plank onto the ground, and then like rolls around for a second, and he gets up and he's covered in rock and earth and dirt, and he has just cast mage armor on himself. But he just looks like a little boulder person now.
Very cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Very cool. I am going to. Okay, yeah. You all are at the edges of this. Oh, and by the way, David, if you click on your character sheet, if you click on AC, you can press like bonus, and there's literally like a preset for mage armor, and it'll just automatically.
There it is. I was trying to figure out how to get that.
It won't show it on the overlay, folks, because I have to pre-make these. But yeah, so
Up to a 16.
yeah.
That's very good. I had a 13 before that. I was
Yes.
nervous.
So
I can make it better later.
you are at the Andy in chat just said that was very tough of you, David.
I tried very hard not to say it off, but
I
that's
do-
exactly how she.
I do want to say, chat, I can't always respond. I have been trying to read. You all are on fire tonight. Just all the
Yeah.
We love you,
bees
chat.
bees.
You are fantastic.
I do have to stop for 1 second just to read something that Big Bees said in chat.
Bees!
Hellier has his headphones on, gets teleported, takes them off, sees the menacing men approaching, nods, places the headphones back on, and plays the immigrant song, smiling.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Literally.
A brilliant. I love that. So, to bring us back You all are at the edge of the Bloodwoods. These trees that are spindly, many of them which have leafless branches, interwoven to form this canopy over the forest floor. The lighting is like dim light, and the soil. You notice, Hellier, like, I mean, you are a creature of the earth. As you pulled that mage armor up, you notice that the earth itself is stained crimson. And as you look down, if you don't mind, I just want to add a little. As you clear like the snow from where you were, you all see that the soil here is so saturated with decades after decades of blood being spilled here that the soil itself is caked with this like frozen red blood. And as you look around, you see many of the trees have arrows or swords embedded in them, some of which have bones or skulls still sticking them. And it's almost like you just see blood at the base of all of these trees, as if they were once stained, and as the trees have grown over the last 60 years, they've brought the blood up with them. So it's like almost up to like chest height.
I think Hellier would like realize like, oh, this is mildly horrifying that this is not covering my body. But then he would like kneel down, like put a hand like on the earth, and you would see like this is just flavor. There's nothing actually going on here. Like just like a slight like pulsing sort of, almost like a heartbeat, like pulsing through the dirt around his hand. And he wouldn't say anything, but he would just get very serious. And in his mind, he's just making a promise that this is not the way Earth should be. And he is gonna do his best to return it to the natural way.
Okay.
I do think Fortuné would be having a very similar kind of mindset. A little, just because he wants to introduce some of his stuff a little bit, but he'd probably go over to one of the trees, like maybe put a hand on it and let like some of the vine just kind of crawl its way up, and just like almost like a marker, like this is where we need to go.
I'm
feel like
100% pulling arrows and things out of the trees, and just these could be useful.
Yeah.
I feel like both.
Yeah.
Hellier and Fortuné were like, just hold on, don't just. Hold on. We like both like go off like samurai, look into the sunset on our own, and like come back.
Yeah, Shannon, if you want to add, I don't know if you're keeping track of your scrap, but add like 10 scrap if you just want to like keep so that you're able to pull together, and you find some of these weapons do not look like they were made on the material plane. Like you see this black iron alloy that you've never seen before that looks like it's made of some sort of like corrupted metal. And again, in some places, like where an axe might be in the tree, there's nothing else there except just blood going down from where the axe was embedded, where you can imagine a person once was,
Right.
or a demon.
You said 10 scrap, right?
Yeah, 10 scrap.
Okay.
So, not much besides these trees grow in the cold, dreary forest. But for what Kostje told you, there are aberrations and corrupted creatures and minor demons that roam among the trees. He did give you we'll say, if I had time to do a little bit of a longer adventure here, I think we'd have a little bit more of a challenge getting here through the woods. But he's able to give you some landmarks, like a particular frozen lake, and a large like rock outcropping that looks like it's in the shape of like a grasping claw. And you all are able to start to kind of, you look at the map and you're like, okay, we have a general idea. You're not just going to wander into the woods. And so with that, I would like to ask if any of the three of you would like to make either survival or nature checks to start making your way through here, or stealth. It's really, I want to kind of leave it up to you all. You kind of tell me, how are you all making your way into this forest?
Essery's trying to be stealthy, but every time they come across some cool new, like more of that really corrupted metal, she's, totally hanging on to it.
Actually, as you reach for the next piece of metal, Essery, Shannon, I need you to pick a new voice, because we just got an anonymous $25 donation from someone.
Okay.
And while you figure that out,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead and
I just checked the donation. I love how it's 305.69.
oh yeah, that was our good friend
Oh, Patch
B.
gets another new voice.
Yes.
Oh, I do?
So Patch gets one too. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, but before he
bye,
gets
Caspi.
his, before he
Oh,
gets
sorry.
his. Oh no, you're fine. I want Shannon. Do you have one that you've got in mind as
Yes, I
Essery?
do.
So
I
we'll say you guys have you all have only made it a few hundred feet into the woods, and Hellier and Euonymus, you see like Essery won't stop. She keeps stopping and like plucking things out of the trees, and so I don't know if you all want to say something to her at this point.
I would encourage her because this is not the way that the nature should be. Yes, oi lassie, keep picking up the litter. It's very good.
You see all of these amazing things? There are just so many of them, and I want them. I
Aye.
want them all.
It looks like we have the Voynagad curse again.
But yeah, Euonymus, yeah, you hear him say it sounds like we've got the Voynograd curse again.
I mean, I don't quite understand what's going on here.
Oi, that be the Waterdeep curse is coming at us now. Oi.
Essery, what's going on with your voice?
What happens with your voice? My voice sounds fine. I talk like this the whole time. I'm just making metal. I'm just pulling metal. You sound weird again.
I love both your voices so much.
What are you talking about? I always talk like this the entire time.
You sound like a radio announcer.
What's a
like-
radio?
I built one last week. I showed you what it was. You sound like the person coming out of my radio.
Wasn't that the one that blew up after a couple of minutes?
I don't want to talk about it, but yes.
So as these new voices have emerged, Hellier, you're just like, my
Yeah,
God.
again, I feel like this is very par for the course with this group of adventure.
Yeah, I love
Don't
this.
worry, David. We'll get you involved. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
get
no.
you a new voice. David needs a
I'm-
new voice, everybody.
David needs
super
new voice.
I'm just loving hearing you guys do it, honestly.
So I will say, you all, it takes you, it's like a few miles heading into the woods, but if someone wants to give me, if you all want to do a group survival check, so either two of you or one of you make it with advantage. I won't have all three of you make one. Whoever wants to basically lead the party.
I have a +9 to survival.
Yeah,
You do it.
take that.
You have better
Yeah.
eyes.
Okay, so either we can just say flavor-wise, like either Euonymus or either Essery or Hellier can just kind of act as like a second set of eyes or ears.
I help, so you get advantage.
I'm gonna be taking my time through the entire forest, making sure I go bit by bit.
Hellier is just really enjoying this. Like, he's understanding what's going on, but they don't, and he really loves it.
Shout out to my gaming group. I got a discount 20.
Hey. Well, that's good, because if you had gotten below a 20, there was something that was going to happen. And so with a 20, Euonymus, you're able to bring the party through. Like when you have to cross the frozen lake, you know exactly where the thinnest parts are to avoid.
Yeah, the vines are like touching the parts, and if it's like nope.
Yes, I love that. Like if from up above, you would just see the vines like creeping out from Euonymus. And so after a few miles of this expert kind of tracking, navigation, you see that the canopy of trees starts to thin, and ahead of you, it looks like it might open up into a clearing. But you'd have to get a little bit closer to really make it out.
Hey, David.
Yes.
You're gonna have to do a new voice.
Oh.
Yeah, David.
Thanks,
oh wait,
chat.
Yay!
wait. We just got. Oh yeah. Okay. No, we have two that came in. We just got 2 minutes ago and 1 minute ago. I got a new voice for David, and then Vertrox. I can't see, for some reason, I can't see people's answers. I just see that you said change a character's voice or accent. So Vertrox, if you can just tell me whose voice you would like to change, let me know. If not, we can do it randomly. Okay, here we go.
So fun. What a fun
This is
adventure.
fantastic.
I'm
I
very
love
nervous.
this so much.
I get it.
Okay, so David, you got 2.
I got 2. Okay, well,
So we're gonna
You gotta
keep.
switch between
I
two.
found a way.
Switch between two
yeah.
voices.
I can switch between 2, or I was gonna do something that just ends really quickly.
No,
if
yeah,
you
you're
guys
here.
want-
No, you're. I'm gonna make you stick whatever voice you have for like till the break, and then you're gonna get a new one
Okay.
after the break. Because
Nice.
I like the idea
Love
of
it.
you having to like getting to show them off a little bit.
Well, good, because this one's very annoying.
So I will say, yeah. So you 3, you are safe. You're fully like in the forest, but you do see like a clearing up ahead and maybe something beyond. There's a light snow, so it's making it difficult to see more than like 30 to 60 feet. Really, beyond that, everything starts to get kind of blurry. So what would you 3 like to do?
Hellier puts his hands out. The traditional signal for stop, and I will go forward. And
You
he
see
says,
something.
Haha, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. Oh, wait, why y'all? What y'all, haha, well, I guess I'm just gonna continue on the plan then. So I'm gonna go investigate and see what's going on because this is what I do.
Oh my god! I hope. By the way, David, I said till the break. I forgot the break's in 2 hours. I forgot to mention
well,
that.
Shucks, you guys are stuck with me as Mickey Mouse for a
Oh
while.
my god.
Brilliant. Absolutely love it.
So,
Chat. He did not just kill Shannon. He killed all of us.
thanks, chat.
So yeah, I'm
Whoa.
gonna go on.
Oh wait! Looks like we just had some character art commissioned for you that just came in.
Wow!
Whoa.
Look at that! It's so accurate.
It's ridiculous how accurate that is. Thanks, artists out there, Imagineers.
It
who
came from
imagine me.
someone. Wait, I'm just reading it from Dalt Wisney.
Oh yeah. They did some,
yeah,
they did some
Dalt.
stuff for us a
Dalt.
while back.
Yeah,
Dalt's a great
Dalt.
guy.
I've heard good things about Dalt.
Stop.
Yep. Okay. So in all seriousness, now David, I would like you to tell me what you do in this scene as you see the trees start to clear up ahead.
Well, Hellier, very confused because, as we said, I cannot hear my voice. Only you guys can. Walks forward, and I would like to cast the investigation check roll. I don't
Okay.
know
You're
what
a
the
sorcerer now.
because I'm a sorcerer now, and I cast all my rolls forward.
Yes. Go ahead and give me that investigation check then.
Oh wow, I very much misread that. I have a +9 to intimidation, not a +9 to investigation. I have a +0 to investigation. So here we go.
Oh, no.
That's a natural 1.
Okay. So,
No idea what's going on over here.
with a
Oh, dingleberries.
with a natural 1, you're gonna see some things before this natural 1 really hits, because
hits hard,
look,
yeah.
I mean, my thoughts on perception is a 1 or not, you still have eyes, like you can see, and as you step
do I?
forward
With a
through the
natural 1?
woods, you do, but
Okay.
it's gonna just you wait. You see the first thing that you notice as you look up. Is you see what looked like a swarm of ravens flying overhead.
Well, gee willikers.
They don't seem to have noticed you yet. But beyond that, you see that through the clearing, it was a little bit hard to see. It almost blended in. Is some sort of military-looking outpost with like a 10-foot tall wooden palisade of spiked logs like twined together, going all the way like in sort of like an ellipse from where you are, and you can see like a few little guard towers poking up over the edge, that look like from far away there's moving shapes there, but you can't make them out. And at the center of the camp, unmistakable over the palisade, you see this large hut that is a good like 20 feet up off the ground, with what looks like coming out from underneath it these like scaly, strange looking building posts that kind of bend awkwardly at the knee. And as you are looking at that, you take like one more step and you hear this like snap as you look down and you see that there was a twine right at the place where your foot stepped, and all of a sudden you like look to your left and you see this very bright light that for your friends Esri and Euonymus, what you see from where you are safely several 30 feet away, a very large fireworks explosion, pretty much centered on where your friend Hellier is. So Hellier, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
I lean over to Euonymus as that's happening, and let me just check that I have this spell. Yep. I totally could have looked for traps before we sent him off because I have that ability, but I was so distracted by his stupid new voice.
You guys just hear,
Well, shit.
and
So, well, with a 14, so you see Euonymus as, Hellier, as this fireworks explosion happens. You all see the body of your friend Hellier just flung 15 feet away and slams into a tree, and takes.
Oh no.
I don't have a lot of HP. Be sparing with it, Nicholas.
You take 14 damage of force damage. And immediately from far away, now through the trees, Euonymus and Essery, you see a lot of movement in what before you couldn't quite make out what it is, but this clearly just set off literal alarm bells. And you two are again. I want to say you were a good 30 feet back. You see these 3 black horses leaving the gates. The palisade opens up, galloping directly in the direction of Euonymus.
They both, one right after the other. I'm going to cast the cantrip message at both of them, and what it says the same thing for both. It just says,
Well, guys, I'm not sure if you saw what just happened, but I think they know we're here. So we might want to ready ourselves because this is about to be really, really, really bad. Also, I'm really hurt, and it hurts real bad to exist right now.
It's a really long message.
Yeah, he just keeps casting it
both.
over.
Yeah,
Ding, ding, ding.
So you finish your 5 long message chain.
it's 6 minutes a person.
Yeah. Just in time. So you're down in the snow. There's a dwarf shaped imprint on the tree that you hit, and then the snow falls on top of you. And as you go to sit up, Hellier, it's just as these 3 very intimidating women pull up on these 3 identical black horses, just breath steaming in the air. 2 of them have heavy crossbows, and the third has this large polearm that she has now puts down. And Andy, yes, in chat, if you're tagging all these Lord of the Ring references, very much Eomer and the Rohirrim, aims it right at your throat and says, you shouldn't be peeking in places where you're not supposed to be, bearded one. And these women are, they have dark black hair. The 3 of them look like they must be sisters, pulled up. And you can see that they each have these really terrible looking scars across their throat. But beyond that, they look, just they're very militaristic black uniforms, unlike the red of Kostje and the troops that were stationed there. And as go ahead, I want to give you a chance to say something, David, and then I've got something for Hellier, for Euonymus and Essery.
Got it. Hellier says,
Well, I'm normally a little more intimidating than this, but I'm just a simple traveler trying to find my way back to Voidegard. I mean no disrespect, and I swear my voice might sound a little strange right now, but the thing is, I'm gonna just
Before you finish, 2 crossbow bolts onto either side of your head into the tree. That is enough talking, mouse boy.
Yeah, nope, you're right.
Can I, in a panic, cast pyrotechnics
Yes.
on him and I want smoke so that they can't see him.
Okay. So you go to cast that, and as you do, as you go to hold your hand up, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh. All right. Wisdom saving throw. 12?
So, Euonymus, as you're watching, you see Essery go to cast a one of her spells, and all of a sudden she freezes. And you hadn't noticed it before because you were so focused on what was happening with Hellier. But there was a shadow that had been slowly descending on where you two were, a round circular shadow. And you hear, as you have done this, as you go and you've frozen, you hear, "I would not do that if I were you, dear." And Euonymus is able to look up. You are not. All you can do is kind of look up and just see out of the corner of your eye this black floating, what can only be described as like a large mortar. Like imagine like a mortar and pestle, the bowl itself, but like 10 feet wide at the top, and a woman, an old woman, her face lined with wrinkles, wearing a black and red military uniform, is leaning over it.
Oh no, I know who this is.
And she's holding her hand out. You can tell that you've just had the hold person spell cast on you.
Oh no, oh no.
And she says, "I think it's time for you and your friends to come and have a talk with the Baba Yaga." And with that, we're going to go to break because
Nick.
Patch.
Oh, Nick.
I can't tell if there's something going on. If you had to change up your.
I just lost power.
No!
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was
Yeah.
happening.
That was a quick turnaround, though. Good
Yeah.
for you.
So
Are you okay?
I basically am just straight onto my phone.
okay.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Okay, well, we'll see if hopefully it'll come back on during the break. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We're gonna come back at 10:30. We'll try to get stuff figured out with Patch. In the meantime, we are gonna do a giveaway for a 6-month subscription to Shard Tabletop. Let me set it up. So Shard Tabletop is a virtual tabletop. It's the one that we're using here in the game. And so this will be a 6-month giveaway for the Game Master tier. So enter #Shard, SHARD, for a chance to be entered. I'm going to cut to the break screen. I'm going to play you a little video from Ginny D talking about what Shard is. And we will see you all at 10:30. And Patch will try to figure this out.
Y'all are amazing.
We love you
Yeah.
all. Bye, folks.
Shard Tabletop. Shard is a virtual tabletop and character sheet specifically designed for 5th edition D&D, and having tried it out myself, I can tell you that it is just so intuitive and straightforward. In fact, it's become my go-to way to walk a new player through character creation. I recreated Ashling's character sheet in Shard, and I couldn't believe how fast it was. Plus, we use a lot of homebrew content, and Shard makes it super easy to homebrew or modify pretty much anything. For DMs, Shard has maps with Fog of War, an encounter builder, an initiative tracker, in-app dice rollers, hit point trackers, and I think the most exciting part is that they are partnering with independent publishers like Kobold Press to add in a ton of useful content like subclasses, monsters, spells, and adventures. Shard works exactly the same on all platforms, so everything you can do on desktop, you can do on mobile. Like, I literally cannot express to you just how functional it is. If you want to spend less time on setup and more time actually playing D&D, you absolutely have to check this out.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are still trying to figure out, or we're hoping that Patch will be able to play using his non-power having house. Please let us know in chat if you're having trouble hearing him or what he's saying. We will try to make sure that we're covering all of our bases. That being said, we are going to go ahead and pull the name for the giveaway.
It's a good one.
You got a few more seconds to enter #Shard for a 6-month Game Master subscription.
What are we raising money tonight for, Nick, to give those people some more chances?
That's a great
point.
We are raising money for ProLiteracy.
#Shard.
And thank you, Search Monkey, for the donation. We are raising money for ProLiteracy, a international nonprofit focused on helping to teach adults reading and writing skills.
There he goes.
All right. Well,
no.
let's see if he's
We're back.
makes it back.
There he is.
There he is.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull. And yeah, we're trying to raise $500 tonight. We're already up to $390.69.
We can get there easy.
nice.
So
More
close,
voice
Chat.
changes, please.
Yeah.
So,
More
Oh,
wild
wow,
magic
man.
Jeez.
searches.
And Shannon,
Love
if you
that.
want to add to your character sheet on Shard, add 2 bonus D6. You just got from
Excellent.
Search Monkey.
Thank you,
Ooh.
Search
Well done,
Monkey.
well done, Search Monkey.
Appreciate it.
So we were in the Bloodwood. Oh wait, I need to select a winner. I should probably do
Yeah.
that. Here we go. And the winner is Search Monkey.
Hey.
So congrats, Search Monkey.
Well done.
I will reach out to you at some point tomorrow, just to kind of square up on getting the details for this sorted out. Congratulations. I'm always excited to bring new folks over into the world of Shard. So, all right.
It's awesome.
Where we
It is
were,
fantastic.
we were in the Bloodwood. Let me bring us back over. In the Bloodwood, Hellier was incapacitated by some sort of trap. He is at the ends of a very sharp and wicked-looking polearm as the 3 night witches are there. Essery is frozen in place with the Euonymus at her side and with what appears to be the Baba Yaga herself floating above them. And she... you feel the spell holding on to you. Shannon, if you want to give me like 2 more wisdom saves as she's speaking. And she says, now you 2 are going to come with me, or I am going to have my witches skewer your friend like a pig.
16 for the first one.
Okay?
And 14 for the second
So
one.
you still feel yourself frozen. And she says,
With us.
now to you, I sense not 1 but 2. And she looks at you, Euonymus, and says, I suggest you do not make any stupid moves. I am going to let your friend go, and you 2 are going to walk into that camp. Or I will pull that parasite from you myself.
Well, I believe you've got us over a bit of a barrel, so I guess we'd better follow along. Just a little dejectedly.
Amazing.
Full on forgot that was your voice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
At that point, Hellier, you see that 2 of the Night Witches have already reloaded their crossbows, and it looks like they're looking off for a signal. And as you look back, you see this large iron mortar floating 10 feet above your 2 companions. And at that, Essery, the spell is released upon you.
I guess we don't have a choice.
And one of the
Ellie,
women.
are you okay?
Yes, I'm great. I just,
And he you see his magic charge down because I was about to light these fools up. But if they're letting my friends go, yeah.
yeah, are you guys okay? I'm fine. They missed their 2 shots on me.
There's a 3rd shot right above your head, and you see the woman that fired. I never miss.
All right, they missed their 3 shots on me. I mean, it looks like they missed 3 times. So I'm right here.
You just see her gripping her crossbow, like you see her nails digging into the wood.
Do it. Do it, I dare you. Let's go.
We will have a
Don't kill me.
target practice with you when the Baba Yaga has finished pulling whatever information she needs from you. And with that, they walk over, the one with the large pole arm, and she grabs you, and with an unexpected strength, heaves you up, like grabs you by the chest, by your robes, and pulls you up.
Just so you know, Nick, I would like to, and we can discuss this later. I would like to, and I'll cast another spell for it. I want to try and bring as much earth and dirt with me as I can.
Okay.
And rock. So, like, if you want me to cast Mage Armor again, I just want to. If we go to a place that doesn't have any, I want to try to have more.
I will say your Mage Armor, it's not concentration, so it's still, like, you still have it. Mage Armor lasts, like, 8 hours.
Can I, like, burn another spell and get more of it?
Do you mean like more armor, or do you just mean more?
Just more dirt.
Rock?
Just more.
Oh yeah,
more
yeah,
dirt.
yeah.
No.
You can pull that with you.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
As stealthily as you can, as they lift him up, just try to like bring some of the bloody dirt with him as they go.
Okay. I will say, as she lifts you up, David, start thinking of what your next voice is going to be, because I am going to cue you up then for your next one, which catches us up. We do still have, don't want folks in chat to think I've forgotten, 1 wild magic for David and 1 for Patch queued up that I'm saving for
More.
Perfect.
I was going to say, you mean the wild magic didn't knock out my power?
Yeah, apparently.
That timing was ridiculous.
That was wild.
Yeah, it really
That
was.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The Baba Yaga, does she seem to have does she have a weapon with her?
She has, from what you can see, like leaning over, you can't see a weapon because she's like leaning over the edge of her like mortar floating in the air.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
I have something I want to do, but I'm gonna save it.
So they escort the 3 of you. Now the Baba Yaga is just floating above you, literally, just like waiting, like as you walk, just hovering in the air above you.
Not like that.
Okay. Holy crap! We got another wild magic surge for Shannon.
You asked for it.
I
You
know,
asked for
I
it.
Anonymous, whoever you are,
Friend.
thank you. This is amazing. So 2 things.
Thank you. I'm on the miss.
So this camp, think like very much like Night's Watch, like put together with just like whatever they could pull from this broken, frozen forest. So this is not like a nice, fancy camp. And as the gates open, let me switch to the map view.
Also, real quick, we are $60 from our goal, y'all.
Oh my god!
That's
That's
amazing. It is amazing.
Awesome.
Let me make sure that I've got the map so folks can see
If I had
it.
power and I could make it work easily, I would be donating. Just
No, it's good. It's
Just
all
FYI.
good.
You're donating your time.
So
I was gonna make more voice stuff.
yeah, so you with the camp, as you look ahead of you, see you all are coming from the south. There are 4 watchtowers that are inside the perimeter of the camp. Several what look like what you would expect like troop tents where they're probably sleeping. The central hut, which sits atop these large chicken-like legs. A big green like mess tent where there's supplies and looks like food from a meal. A red kind of like command looking tent in the top right area. And let me actually fill out who is here in the camp.
Did you make these maps?
I did. I made this map on
They're
Incarnate.
gorgeous.
If Incarnate ever
Amazing.
wants to sponsor me, hey, it's your
They
boy,
should.
Nick. And I love these maps. I love making these maps. So
They're so good.
as you enter, you see each of the watchtowers are manned by either a Kenku or an Aarakocra. with crossbows. You see them up there. The Kenku with their robes up, their beaks sticking out, watching you all carefully. I almost said like a hawk, but more like a Kenku. And
Like a hawk.
as you enter the camp proper, you hear off to the right what looks to be or sounds to be like military. I'm failing, like training. So like people running like maneuvers and someone shouting out commands in a language that it's common, but it's in the Voinegradian accent. There are target dummies that they are fighting. You hear the sounds of like weapons being forged over off on the side. There are cannons, Essery. You immediately notice that there are these like black iron cannons off to the side. The far top right area, there looks to be some sort of like massive siege weapon, like a battering ram. Smoke comes out of the center of the hut and several other places. The night witches themselves are surrounding each of you, and the Baba Yaga floats kind of like right above the three of them, and they are standing. They've put their horses away, and they are each standing, watching you all as you feel the crossbows of the two Kenku on either side, aimed at you. And let me just show you, because we've got this is the first one. The Baba Yaga says, "It's I should introduce you to my lieutenants, the night witches, as the people call them. This is Amira." And she points to the one with her hood up, and she has like a gnarled staff at her back. And she says, "This is Maria." Her. You see the other one. This is the one that fired that third crossbow bolt at you. And she says, "And this is my pride and joy, my most skilled killer, Constantina." And you see the woman there that had the glaive. She's got like a battle axe on her back, her black hair like cut on the side and swooped over, a patch going over it, and just watching you with just disdain. And the Baba Yaga herself watches from up above. Now, this art looks a little bit different. This is actually the artwork from the cover of the book itself. Ooh. So you see this woman, her face, like wrinkled and with age, but wise eyes, like watching you knowingly, that almost look like pools of just black liquid. You see her military outfit that she still wears is splashed with blood. And she wears many medals, many very similar to the ones that you saw Kostje wearing. Looking down at you all, and she says, "Well, now that you have been introduced to your executioners, I would like to know."
Wait a minute, executioners? We didn't sign up for that.
Yes,
No.
well, you clearly attempted to infiltrate our camp, and so why don't you start by telling us who sent you? And we'll decide whether to make the death quick or not.
How else we just don't die.
David, your voice should be changing for this scene. BG dubs.
Got it. Hellier looks as they're all introduced. Hellier looks at the one who missed who missed the three shots on him, and he just smiles and holds up a 3. Mm-hmm. He doesn't say anything. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Give me an intimidation check.
I am better at those than I am investigating. That's a 23.
You see, she grimaces and like in your direction, but it's like a mutual respect is formed. She's not scared of you, but she's like, okay, like I see you.
Then he laughs and he goes, shit. Oh wait, that's right. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything yet.
Okay. Yeah. So she says, "I will ask you one more time. Who sent you?"
I'm just here to look at the camera.
You see that each of them all like start loading their crossbows, as well as you hear the clicking of the two crossbows off to the side. "We have plenty of quarrels, and we will recover them from your body. It is no concern of ours." And she says, and then she holds her hand up, and this like black shadow forms around her hand, and as she holds her arm out, extending from it forms a swarm of ravens that fly all around her. And my children will pick the flesh from your bones, and no one will ever find you. So, who was it who sent you again?
Mistress Baba Yaga. No one sent us. We're here on our own accord, and we're here to do our best to learn from your mightiness. We've heard tales of you have reached so far and wide, of your military prowess, your strategic mind, and yes, we've come here to learn from you, mistress. And he just bows quickly, like a butler almost.
All right, I'm gonna need a big old deception check from you.
That's fine. I have a backup plan. Don't even worry. I really need to start looking at my things before I do them.
I think it's more fun this way. Like, you just do the things you want to do, and then if it works, it works.
Natural 1.
Perfect.
No.
Oh, David.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
No.
And then you gotta, like, start rolling dice.
I'm
Don't
gonna
you
start
start.
David, you take 6 points of piercing damage as a crossbow bolt pierces your left thigh.
Cool. Can I roll a strength check, strength saving throw? As I don't want to flinch. I just want to stand up straight.
I'm gonna make it a Constitution saving throw.
That's not as good, but still fine. It's actually better. So, haha, Nick, 26.
So the one that fired was the one that you made the face at, and she just holds up a single finger.
And he looks back and he just smiles and just bows his head, like, very respectfully at her.
And she says, do either of the two of you have any lies you'd like to tell?
No lies.
So then who was it who sent you? We can end this conversation very quickly.
DM, can you remind me of the guy's name, please?
Kostje.
Some guy named Kostje.
And she immediately, you see her like face grit, like go into just like, she grits her jaw.
Do you know him?
Do I know him? That man single-handedly ruined my life, brought my city to ruin, and now sends his whelps out to try and finish the job he was not man enough to do.
Okay, whelp is very strong term.
And
We're
she,
actually quite skilled.
the mortar like floats down to the ground, and she steps off of it, and you see now, Shannon, you see she has this like sleek black iron sickle at her side. And the ravens are just like floating overhead of her. She comes up. Okay, we've got more.
Hey, we crossed
We just crossed our goal. Amazing.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations. Thanks, chat.
Whoa.
Jim,
Cat, you're
the
best.
Dim or Keone, I think one of them just donated the 50 from the
Timothy!
Dims. I do
It's from the
need,
Keone.
if I'm assuming that's a Wild Magic Surge, let me know who it's for. And Search Monkey did a character voice change. Search, if you just want to let me know.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
You
so
all are
exciting.
amazing. This is our biggest
Oh my gosh.
charity goal yet. So, okay.
Yay!
All right.
It's amazing.
Oh man, I'm overwhelmed. Okay.
You got it.
Where was I? Oh, right. So she
we just
walks
got
up.
away.
She walks up to you, Essery, and you see she's got this like very firm military posture and like the way that she walks, and she comes over her and she leans in very close and she says, "Tell me, what did he say to you about who I was?"
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, she's like looking right at your face.
Okay. Well, I have a voice change now, so I'm gonna voice change.
Yep.
I'm nervous to do this one because it's not very good.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about. It just hired us. We just came. We're supposed to just do things. I don't know. Can I just go look at the cannon, please? It's back to my other one. Can I just go look at the cannon?
That's fucking great. What are you talking about?
Thank you.
So, Kostya sent you, but he didn't tell you who I was or why he wanted you to come and, I'm assuming, kill me?
He mentioned you were a traitor and a demon.
She, like, turns and spits at your feet.
What's the arrow wound? Don't spit in my...
I am the traitor who have spent a decade living in these woods trying to eke out just a little bit of survival because I tried to save my city? He is the demon, you fool.
That is why I rolled an investigation check on him earlier, but I apparently didn't get high enough.
Kostya opened the gates that day, and when I confronted him and attempted to kill him, he sicked his entire honor guard on me, told them that I was the one who had done it, had my 3 lieutenants decapitated in front of me as if to teach me a lesson, and then he exiled me here. If he has sent you here...
We lost Patch.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see. If he came back in just a few seconds. Let's see if we can
There he is.
get some claps in chat. And he says, if he has sent you, I assume it was to kill me or to find the weapon?
Well, that's not quite what he said. He said, yes, there was a weapon involved.
And
I believe her.
give me an insight check.
Yeah,
Anyone can do insight checks.
I
I
want
feel
to
like we're
ask her.
all gonna do this.
I'm gonna sort of ask her for some proof. By the way,
Okay.
after the
Yeah, yeah.
deception, after the investigation checks.
10 total.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Essery, when she was there and close and looking to you, you saw she meant every word of it. Like, it was her, there was nothing but malice and hatred to what she was saying, but there was not an ounce of deception. Do you know what it is like to have your 3 closest friends killed in front of you and made out to be a traitor to your entire city? Tens of thousands of my people believe that I am a monster.
I can't say that I too love, but I know that if anything happened to these friends, I'd be devastated.
Yes, I am of the same mind.
I think she's telling the truth.
Can I do 2 things unless Patch wants to do something? Because I feel like we haven't.
No, you guys keep going.
Got it.
I was yeah, go ahead.
I want to. I mean, I am going to ask her for proof, but I want to roll an investigation check on the people who are practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they? I'm looking if they're like undead, because he said they were like undead demon creature things, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I would like to verify that.
one thing I should have mentioned that you would have noticed all along throughout your time in Voinograd, Kostya's wound, like on his face where his eye was, several of the guards, many of the folks in this town in the city looked like they had suffered grievous wounds as a part of this war. There were not many uninjured people. The wounds themselves seemed
well, they're uninjured now.
Yeah, seemed demonic in nature. Many of these people have these same. You see like scars across the face. You do see a couple people with prosthetics that look like they might have lost an arm or a leg. Several eye patches. Like one man who looks like his whole half of his face is burned away, but none of them look undead. You can give me an investigation or perception check. I'll allow either.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start rolling real dice now because that's a 16 on the dice.
Yeah, you go.
Plus, we'll just do investigation, which is 0, so 16.
Okay. Yeah. So essentially, what I just said is like you see they look to be. I mean, there's some humans, some half elves, some orcs, like a fair like kind of different like cosmopolitan mixture of people, but no one that seems to be like zombie-like or demonic in nature. And as you ask for proof, she goes, "What more proof do you need? These are people. These are real Voinogradians. Yes, my time in life has been spent dabbling in the dark arts. They may have given me the ability to do certain things, but do you see?" And she like looks. "Do you see horns? Do you see fangs? They may call me a witch, and the witch may be what I am, but I will die for that city. And we cannot let Kostya get his hands on that weapon. It's my only way to defeat him.
Why would he send us here?
To kill me, of course, because he must have found out that we were raising these troops.
Oh, right.
I have an idea and a question for you, Lady Baba Yaga. Can we see this weapon, this bomb? Can we? We don't have to touch it. We don't have to. I promise you, I won't
I'd
try
like
to
to touch
steal
it.
it.
I
Well,
would not trust this weapon in the hands of any of you. I've kept it safe in my hut where it must remain. And
if you want us to trust you, I suggest you show us the weapon.
before you even have a chance to roll persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
you hear two sounds at the same time. First, you hear the sound of a crossbow being fired, followed by two thuds. As you look left and right, and you see that the two Kenku guards both fall dead in the guard tower, and you see her. She goes, "We are under," and before she can finish her sentence, the door behind you all, the gate, explodes.
Oh no!
And
Ivan.
we're gonna do a little map change here as the door
boy.
explodes. And luckily, most of the explosion happened on the back, on like the front side of the door. So what you all get hit with is just like the shards of wood. So if each of you can make me a dexterity saving throw.
You got it, boss.
Absolutely. 19 plus 3, 22.
Okay, got a 22, 18, and Euonymus.
Oh no!
All right.
Oh no!
So Euonymus, you take 10 points of piercing damage, and Essery and Hellier take 5.
And I don't have a lot. This is the one resource I don't have a lot of, and I am blasting through it.
You have more than me.
As the
that's
smoke
true.
clears, you see through the smoke of this explosion a black and fiery red horse walking down the path with Kostje atop it. But Kostje does not look quite the way that he did when you all saw him in the city. You see his
Of course not.
skin is this deep red, and huge horns come back from his head.
So angry.
Black gray hair like blows in the wind, wings on his back, and he has this like demonic armor, and he is riding astride this like terrifying fiery steed, and buzzing horrifically in the air around him are these large mosquito-like demons with horrific, almost human-like hair that have like a wingspan of like 10 feet, and they are making a but three of them at the same time. And as like you all are having sort of that Saving Private Ryan like clearing from the explosion, you hear more shouts from up above, or excuse me, from the north side of the camp. And as you like look back through the legs of the hut, you see that a similar explosion took the door down there. And there is what looks to be a massive pack of hellhounds making their way into the camp, at the back of which looks to be this massive infernal centaur with huge muscles, like these infernal tattoos and flames coursing across his body. As this happens, like the attack stops. So the hellhounds, you hear the centaur yells out a command, and the hounds all stop where they are. There's chaos in the camp as all of the soldiers start rushing to like try to get into some sort of defensive stance. And
I'll try and do two things when the time comes.
Okay, so do you want to do something before Kostje looks like he's getting ready to speak?
I do. I want to lean over to Esri and whisper and be like, "If I can get you to see the bomb, could you make a fake?"
You bet your arse I can.
Okay, then if you'll allow me, because you said that it's inside her house, right?
Yes.
So we know that.
That's what she said.
I'm taking a guess here, and correct me if this is not exactly how the spell works, but I do have Dimension Door, and I kind of wanna just put
Do that.
Esri into the house.
Okay. So before you do that,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say you have it ready.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
it
yeah.
ready. You're like readying the spell. You all kind of are able to get up. The night witches are behind you, and they have their weapons drawn, aimed. And you see Kostje is there, and he says, "Vasily, sir, your time is up. As for you three, I knew you would be too weak to finish the job, so I came with a little bit of insurance. And I'm not just talking about the army I brought." And you see he pulls out this iron wand and aims it at the Baba Yaga. And you see her eyes go wide, and as like this like bolt of energy shoots out from it. You just see her. She turns down and yells towards you all in the night, which is, "Do not let him get his hands on the whip." And then all of a sudden she disappears almost. Her body is kind of there and not. It's almost ephemeral as she looks like she has been banished.
Oh no! Patch just got
Patch
banished.
just banished.
Patch
Oh no!
Patch got banished.
Oh no!
The banishment was real.
And I will say, there he is. There's our
Welcome
friend
back,
Patch.
Patch.
Welcome back,
Welcome
Patch. In case you didn't hear,
We have
Patch.
power back.
Yeah!
I
Yes,
gotta go run over and set up.
just in time.
Excellent, excellent.
Patch, I don't know if you heard, but the Baba Yaga was just banished.
I heard that she was made ethereal, and
And then you got banished, just
then
like
I
you
got
did.
banished. Nick, how are you impacting my life with this game?
And
Well,
with
We're
that,
impacting a lot of with that $565.
Oh.
Who thinks we can hit 600 by the end?
hey, Patch, I'm gonna need the next time it gets to your turn, you need to have a new voice ready for Euonymus.
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure my mom just donated it, and her direction was make it eerie.
Ooh. Thank you, Mama
Pat.
Patch.
All saved
Mama
up.
Patch.
I'm hoping to make my mama proud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we've got an hour left to do this. So I'm going to try to move things along as best I can. I will let you all know what's going to be happening at the north side of the camp is not going to be a full-fledged battle with rolls in the way that you might expect. As you are, like, I will say that you three were able to kind of back up a little bit as Kostje was just there, like astride his nightmare, with the Kazmes buzzing behind him.
Nightmare.
And the main night witch, Constantina, you see her, she turns to the others and says, "Amira, Maria, head to the north side, help defend them. I will stay here with these others and we will defeat this demon once and for all." And they
I just
Go
wait.
ahead.
Just before they go, I would like to do something.
Okay.
So I think it's even before you go.
Oh my god!
Be still. Be
And-
still, my beating heart.
And the only reason I'm doing this is because I have a +5 on my wisdom is a +5. I am casting Ivy Shield.
Ooh.
So what's happening is you're gonna see like the vines are just gonna kind of all. You'll almost see stuff kind of coming out from below his feet. They're crawling across the ground quickly, and they're going to envelop him, each of the three witches, Esri, and Hellier.
Okay.
You each get a +1 to your AC,
God.
and you have advantage on stealth checks
Oh, fuck yeah.
with obscuring plant life. So unfortunately, that may not be quite as good, but you at least have the +1 to your AC,
All right.
Thank you.
I am gonna.
and that lasts for a minute.
Thank you.
That's a
Is
good spell.
that concentration?
It is not.
Okay, all right. So what I'm doing is, just to simplify things, I am adding the condition to each of you, and it is going to automatically increase your AC. So don't even.
Oh, let me
Don't
release
even-
mine then real quick. Hold on.
Thank you.
I'm just adding Ivy Shield to your character sheet. You can click on it, and it'll tell you like what the description is or anything. And then if everyone else can go ahead and roll initiative for me, and David, I know
Remind
that
me
you've.
how to do this.
Oh, just
Sorry.
click. There should be at the top of the character sheet, right under your name. There's a little initiative die.
Okay, got it.
Well, let's hope I get as good. I got a 17 on that on real life.
Well,
Oh, 7 literally.
There you
6.
go.
Wow,
You asked for it.
That's really cool.
Okay, so we got a 17 from Hellier, and what did Esri got a 12?
Yeah.
And Euonymus a 19.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
So as that happens, okay, because I did let Patch do something. I will let each of you do one action before this, as just because I'm a benevolent DM and this is a
Yes,
one
you are,
shot.
sir.
So let's go for it. So I will say the 2 night witches are leaving. So you do know, Hellier, if you teleport Essery, it's going to be you, Euonymus, and the 1 night witch here.
You got it.
Yeah, I think we gotta.
We're gonna have we'll have some fun.
Yeah. I just want to use all Patch's spells.
Okay.
But I mean,
pretty much what I'm doing.
only if you're willing, Shannon. I don't want to like remove you from the fight. I just
No,
think,
that's fine. Let me do some tinkering.
Cool. Yeah. That's my action. Whenever it comes around to it, I will be casting Dimension d'eau.
Okay. So do you want to go ahead and use that then as your like
Yep.
pre? Okay. So Essery,
then-
you see he opens it up.
Can
And
I?
it looks. Oh,
Yeah, I have something to do as I go through it using
Cool.
one of these really cool spells.
Do it.
Yes.
So the way.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
David.
go for it.
You go.
Oh, so
you
the
go,
way
you
the
go
way it
first.
looks is he just like kneels down and like punches the ground and like just a little hole like
Yes.
a Mario like little hole opens up in the ground like a little pipe.
Yeah. And so what happens when that happens, I see it and I like wink at Hellier, and then I as I jump to go into it, before I disappear into it, I cast Refuse Tsunami.
Oh
Yes!
my God. Yes.
Yes.
And it looks
Perfect.
really cool because there's just like stuff coming out of my pockets. There's stuff from the camps. There's all those arrows that I caught.
Oh,
that I
hell
picked
yeah.
up,
Yes.
bringing it down.
So please let.
I will read the description.
Yes.
Yes, please, and thank you.
All right, yeah. So, Refuse Tsunami is a 3rd level artificer spell, or dabbler spell, and so it says, emptying out my pockets, I conjure up a wave of junk that crashes down on an area within range. The area can be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall. Each creature in that area must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage, 1d8 necrotic, and is knocked prone. On a successful save, half as much damage, and is not knocked prone. The litter then spreads out across the ground in all directions, creating difficult terrain in a 20-foot square until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so
wild.
did you say
That is wild.
10 feet wide and
It
30?
is, yes, 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, up to.
Okay.
So I'm really bad with visuals here.
So what I will say is can you see the token I've just added here?
The
light square.
Yeah. Oh, here. Let me make it a little easier to see at the bottom of the map where Coast J is.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
Okay. So let me see this real quick. 30 feet long. Oh, 10 feet wide. I made it 15 feet. Okay, 1 second. Sorry. Just got to tweak it a little bit.
No, you're fine. That's a really cool spell.
Okay.
That's a great
So
spell.
I will say with that, you can definitely get Coast J, his nightmare, and the Chasme behind him.
Excellent. Just junk, all the junk and the refuse, just like fuck you, dude.
Okay, on a I gotta make a dex saving throw. On a fail, they take the
Yes.
3d8 bludgeoning, 1d8 necrotic, or knocked prone. On a successful,
Yep.
take half. Okay, so go ahead and start to roll your damage. Roll your 3d8. And if you click on the spell, you should literally be able to just click it right there. All right, I'm gonna make my dex saves. Let's see, Coast J.
Good luck.
Coast J got an 18. But let's see what his nightmare got.
I'm angry at this
Nightmare
boy.
got a 19.
Oof.
Oh no.
But the Chasme got a 5. Okay.
Ooh,
Okay,
no.
so one of them's getting full damage.
So the
All right.
Chasme is not only, so it was flying, it was like buzzing like 10 feet up above the ground, just enough
Yep.
to get caught by the attack.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead. So he's going to take the full damage.
Yep. All right, so I will roll the 3d8. We get 15 points of bludgeoning damage plus 7 points of necrotic damage. So the other 2 are going to take half that. Do you round up or down for
Uh,
damage?
I round down, so.
All right, so 7 and 3, 10. They're going to take
Okay.
10 points of damage.
All right, so Koshche does take the full. He does not appear to be resistant to any of this, so he's going to take the full 10. The Nightmare takes the full 10, and then the Chasme takes the full 20. What would have been 15, and then 7, so it would have been 22.
Ooh.
And is
Hell
prone.
yeah.
And now there is a 20-foot by 20-foot difficult terrain, right? Isn't that what it said?
Yep.
It said-
20-foot
yep,
square.
20
Okay.
foot square until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so
So I think I'm last because I rolled like crap. So
yeah. Okay, so you do
It's
that
there.
just in time. You like let out this massive trash wave. You leap in, and then I do because I'm neurotic. I have another map prepared,
Of course you
Love
do.
it.
Is it with the trash?
which will
Please
show
be with the
you.
trash.
No, unfortunately, it's not with the trash, but it will show you the interiors of the buildings.
Ooh, very
You
nice.
are above and beyond.
So
Yeah, Nick,
Cool.
awesome job.
I am gonna say Essery, because David can't see exactly inside of it. You just get
Yeah.
dropped
Yeah.
like smack dab right in what appears to be this like very messy kind of common
It could
room.
even,
My
you
kind
could
of
even be like
place.
right behind like the front door, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
Yep. So it's basically right there. There's like a old wood stove in the center. There's like ruined books everywhere, and there looks to be like a single little bedroom in here. So that happens, and now we're gonna actually start combat. So,
Okay.
All right.
Zuzu.
what I am gonna do is, it's actually gonna be the Nightmare goes first, and the Nightmare moves with Koschei atop it. And the Nightmare is going to run up, and as it does, it leaps up and is going to try and slam its hooves into you, Euonymus.
Of course it is.
Oh no, you want to
For a 14 to hit.
I have a 17 AC.
So it goes to try to hit, and you feel the survival instinct of the parasitic vines almost like pull you to the side.
I love that. Like, I definitely thought of this like as we went. I'm like, this is definitely just Venom,
Yeah.
and Venom is just like,
Yeah.
this is not your time.
It's very much like Venom, but on the inside. Like mostly on
Exactly.
the inside. Yeah, so it pulls you aside. And after the Nightmare goes, it's actually Euonymus' turn.
All right.
heck yeah, my
I
guy.
am. Hold on. I am checking something because I need to add my spell token. Let's see. That's where that went. Wait, where'd it go? I lost it.
Oh, which one? What do you need to add?
My white cone. That's
Oh, yeah.
that is a nice big. So that's gonna go.
Oh wow.
If you,
Yeah,
there's like
well,
a little
I'm gonna-
square. Yeah, there you go. There's a little
boy.
square at the top. Do you want to flip it?
I want to flip it.
Yeah, here,
Yeah.
I'll help you out. I'll just grab that.
That's a good looking
There you
cone.
go.
Yeah. That is a beautiful looking cone.
It's gonna hit all of them.
That's gonna hit all of them. So he's going to look like dive to the side, like dive to the side a little bit, and then he's gonna look up, and he's got like this burning hatred in his face,
Mm-hmm.
and you have created a blight on this forest. That's my job. And I'm casting spray of infestation,
Ah,
Okay.
nice.
and I'm upcasting it to 6th level.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my
The big
Yeah.
gun.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
how do I think I did this wrong. Okay, so spray of infestation is another spell that I did. You bring forth a stream of an invasive species to bring new destructive growth to the world. Select either plants or insects. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must make a con save, con 17, 68 necrotic on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. In addition, I do get an additional benefit. So I'm picking insects for this one, which is the blurring bugs. That's going to give me half cover.
Very cool.
So what's going to happen is I think he's going to just do that huge spray like in the Mummy where the bugs just all come out of his mouth. I think it's Mummy.
Yes, absolutely.
What?
And they all just like they're coming, and it's gonna blast Koshek and the Nightmare straight in the face, and it's gonna fly around and everything. So
All right.
anything that's in that cone needs to make a DC 17 con save.
All right. So the sorry, Mana, the Ponyta, the
Yes.
Ponyta Maybe
Oh,
more of
he
a
does
maybe
like
more of a
Pokemon.
Rapidash at this point, but
Rapidash.
it gets a 12 on its Constitution check.
So that's a fail.
Let's see. Oh yeah, and folks at home can see these rolls. By the way, I don't know. Can you all see them in Shard? Am I sharing the view with you? The rolls with you? Okay.
You can see 'em.
Yeah, I like to.
We're $10. We're $10 from 600.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait.
That's
Am
a
I
couple
missing something
bonus
else?
rolls.
Oh, we've already done Shannon's. Okay. All right.
I think I have another voice
I
change.
I gave Shannon another voice change.
Did. Thanks, Pat.
You're
Amazing.
welcome.
Amazing.
I gotta think.
Okay. Kostje got a 9.
Oh.
Wait, let me see. Yep, he does not get advantage on anything. The Kazmes, however, do have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So
Fair.
they have a +1. So that's a, let's see, a 21. I'm going to go left to right. So one of them got a save.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
28.
Another one saved.
Okay.
Got a 20. Their advantage is saving them. And then a
Yeah.
17. So the three
Don't worry.
Kaz,
17,
the three
they'll all make.
Kazme save, but Kostje and the Nightmare, or the Ponyta do not.
So Kostje and the Ponyta both take 28 points of damage. I realize I don't think I can actually upcast it. I don't think I put anything in it for it.
okay.
So each of the
You made it. Of course you can.
Kazes do take 14 points.
Okay.
And this is all necrotic damage.
They do not have resistance to necrotic, so they each take 14 damage. There is a. Oops! I just killed that one. It's not supposed to be dead. Don't
And
worry.
there's like a buzz around these bugs. Like they're kind of buzzing around me and just kind of like covering me a little bit, like almost making it. I'm almost a little fuzzy to see.
Yeah. Okay.
So
cool.
that puts me at a 19 AC now.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna do. I got the +2 on there.
So your is that the end of your turn?
If I move, I'll incur attack of opportunity, won't I?
You certainly will.
So now I'm gonna hold my ground. Hopefully somebody else will help me out.
Okay.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
I mean, I've got a 19 AC. That makes it slightly better.
So you see as like bugs and insects are crawling all over him. You see Kostje's eyes just like go red and flame completely ensorcels his body, burning away like all of the bugs for a moment, and all that flame coalesces in his eyes, and he goes, "You are the only insect here." And he goes to stab at you with his spear as he also fires a ray of fire from his eye. So
Yeah, I might have pissed him off a little bit.
You might have.
So he is going to get a 17 to hit you with the spear
Nope.
and an
will not.
11 with the fire ray.
Nope. Thank
Man,
God for
hey,
those bugs.
can
Those
anyone-
bugs
Yeah.
are just enough.
Can anyone in chat donate me some advantage? Come on. Can
No,
a DM
no chat.
No,
No.
give him
these
disadvantage.
players?
Give him disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
You feel the heat of that. It's like it's straight up like Superman, Kryptonian. Like it burns and scorches the earth behind you as you duck out of the way of the spear and the fire ray somehow at the same time.
I'm imagining like like in Justice League where the Flash is like running
Yes.
and Superman has the angry look. I'm just like I'm doing the slow motion like
Yeah.
move to the side.
Yep, exactly. Well, hell, with that, it's the Kazmes go, and then
I was hoping I'd go before them.
you are gonna go next, Hellier. So you
No,
are
it's,
up.
it's fine. It's fine.
So they as they fly into to defend their master. One goes for Euonymus, one goes for Hellier. What is their fly? 60 feet. Yeah, and the other one is gonna fly straight for the Night Witch. I need. Oh no, you're good for right now. All right, so this first attack by the Kazme is a natural 20 against Euonymus.
Oh no!
My luck ran out eventually.
No!
Euonymus, oh, this is not great. You take 34 piercing damage.
Ooh. Okay. That's gonna hurt.
Oh my god. 37 necrotic.
I'm down.
No.
At the same time as your necrotic, or as that happens, you see Hellier right in front of you. This thing grab on, sinks its proboscis like into into Euonymus, and you see vines trying to push it away, and it just, you see it starts to like suck the life force from him. Euonymus, your max HP is reduced by 37 for all intents and purposes if you get up.
Okay, so that would put me at a max of 43 hit points. Oh boy.
The other one goes to attack you, Hellier, as you're looking down, stunned. It absolutely misses. And then the third goes to attack the Night Witch, and it also misses. But you see Casme, the Casme is just like, it's like bulbous with blood that it just drained from Euonymus.
Not a fan of that.
Hey, David.
Hey, what's up?
Just to quote sometimes from our group, fuck him up. Fuck him up.
Patch, before you go down, can I get a D100 from you? Because you have a wild magic.
I have one of those wild magics.
Please give me a healing spell, because I'm a fool, an absolute buffoon of a human being, and did not take any healing spells with me. But, let's see what happens.
92.
Well, what does a 38 give us? No, don't even read it. I remember this one. I remember it's all party get just everything back.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wait.
Patch.
92.
Tell
me something good.
If you see this like light, this like the sun parts, David, and you see this like single sunbeam cast down, Hellier is still, or excuse me, Euonymus is down, but something is like affecting him. If Euonymus dies in the next minute, he immediately comes back to life as if by the reincarnate spell. And and David,
does Hellier know this?
So Hellier, you just see like what looks to be this like golden light, like slowly making its way down towards Hellier. Towards Euonymus. Give me a religion check.
That's amazing. God.
That's incredible. Or an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm gonna do Arcana because I'm a lot better at that. Well, it's a 6 total. So
would the witch know?
Yeah. Wait. Can I don't know if this is an accident, but it says I have an advantage on my little.
Yes.
thing here.
I gave you one earlier for making that really bad joke you made about. I don't remember what it was. I forgot to tell you, but I gave you inspiration.
Oh,
nice.
Can I burn that real quick?
Yes. Go for it.
Please.
That is a natural 20.
Dude. Guys, the dice do what they want.
Dice gods.
You don't know why, but like that, the magic inside of you tells you like, if your friend dies, something very powerful is going to happen.
Okay, and like a positive way.
Yes, that you know that light coming for him is.
This is Airlock talking to you.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
In fact, no. With a natural 20, your ancestor Hammerlock says, "I know it's going to be tough, Hellier, but you know what to do. End this one's life so that his next can begin." And you don't know why, but yeah, the Hammer Fist, Airlock Hammer Fist himself is speaking within you with a nat 20.
Yeah, I love that because what Hellier he tears out the eyes.
Yeah.
Just fine. He says, "As you wish, great grandfather."
I think you missed a great in there.
A great grandfather.
There you go.
And Hellier punches the ground, opening up a dimension door, and he says, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, friend." And I jump in the dimension door, and I appear 500 feet above the entire battle. And that's all I can do at this point, but come back to me next round, and please don't move me again.
Okay. Okay. So
For the love of God, don't move anyone.
So Hellier, you are 500 feet. I'm not going to move your token because you're still there. It is the Night Witch's turn. She sees you've just disappeared, and she sees that Essery is gone, and sees that Euonymus is dead, and she goes, "They left me with weaklings!" And she turns to charge straight at Kostje. And she is going to pull out, she pulls two swords off of her back, or off her side. Her battle axe is still on her back. She pulls out a long sword and a short sword and goes into like a full whirling dervish spin to make two attacks against him. which is a 17 and a dirty 20. The 17 is going to miss, but the dirty 20 is going to hit. And so she's going to hit with her longsword. Just going to do... Okay, 6 damage. It's not bad. Oh, 7. She's using +1 weapons, so it does a little bit of extra. As you see, she takes like a nice chunk across a slice across his chest, and infernal blood that's like steaming in the snow just lets out. And he lets out a growl and says, "You and the Baba Yaga will be dead before sunset." I mean, dead before sunset. I forgot I had a Russian accent.
Wait, somebody paid for Nick to do a voice change?
And
Curse of the Ronagard.
as that happens, Essery, we come in from all of the chaos going outside to you inside this little hut.
I'm literally shaking. I'm literally shaking.
How do you think I feel?
I know. I'm about to kill you. I'm literally about to kill you. I hate it.
All right. So I'm looking for the bomb.
Yes.
Because Hellier told me to make a replica. I need to duplicate it. So that's my first move, is to look for this bomb, see if I can see it around here.
Okay.
Just out on a table, right?
So no, there doesn't seem to be anything in this room. Like when you come in, there's just like a mess of stuff. There's like a table to the side with like a couple of what looks like maybe potions on them, but they're like cracked bottles, and there's books. It's all sort of ruined. And then there's a door that looks like it leads into like a side room ahead of you. So I will ask you, are you going to use, because technically your turn's only 6 seconds long, are you going to search this room or the bedroom?
I have a thing I want to do, so and I'm going to incorporate my new voice change as well. So, all right, so I'm going to like get my bearings for a second, and then I'm going to kind of like take out a couple of like pieces of scrap and kind of just like throw them on the ground, and then immediately go like this. And I'm gonna say, all right, friends, let's go. I need your help. We gotta go find this thing. We need a bomb. We need a bomb. Somebody go find the bomb.
Beautiful.
And I do friends in the scrap heap. So
Oh my God.
I've got your time spent among the scrap has helped you make new friends, ones that share your love for destroying metal. So on your turn, you may use an action to summon a number of rust monsters up to or equal to your intelligence modifier in a space within 30 feet of you. So these little rust monsters' turns come right after mine. All they can do is attack. So with my intelligence modifier, I believe is 5.
Okay, that is amazing. So
no,
I love this ability so much.
So good.
Cute. So no, I have 2. I got 2. All right, you, Steve, you go and look for the bomb. You, Louie, I need you to go and just keep an eye out. Okay, all right, Steve, go, Steve, move it. No,
So-
Louis, oh, all right, fine, switch. Louis, you go look for the bomb, and Steve, you go. Ugh. Why do I work with these people?
So these horrifying insectoid rust monsters, which are not pretty. They are like rust-colored, like medium-sized. These are like bigger than. These aren't like dogs. These are like large, maybe like Great Dane-sized insectoid things that just like crawl up in through the windows, like out from the floors, and they start immediately searching this place for for this bomb. That's amazing. Are you going to do anything else with your turn?
That was my action.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just didn't know if you're going to move or do anything else.
I'll move towards the back, towards the bedroom, because that seems to be the other area. So I'll follow Louie.
Okay.
Louie was the one that they decided to switch jobs.
Okay, so you're following the one to the back room?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And the other one, Steve, is keeping an eye out.
Fantastic names, by the way.
Okay, so this actually worked out really well. Yeah, they share your initiative already in Shard. So what I'm going to do is, as your turn is next, you open up the door, and this one starts running in and rustling about. Can you roll me... roll me just for you like a perception check. I'm going to say these things like share your senses somewhat, and give it advantage because they specifically look for metal.
Very cool. So
wait.
they do use the Rust Monster stat block, so
Yeah.
I can pull that up if you want.
You don't even need to, Shannon. I'm reading the Rust Monster stat block. The Rust Monster can pinpoint by scent the location of any ferrous metal within 30 feet.
Well, there we go.
So this one immediately rushes over. I'll say that, like, for your turn, you were able to come into the room here, and it goes over to the floorboard and starts digging underneath the bed, and it like uses its pincers to pull this back. And what it pulls out is this perfectly spherical silver grenade embossed with like golden bars and symbols of what appear to be maybe celestial in nature, and a like cross pin at the top. This is what could only be described as a holy hand grenade. And it comes up to you and it's like wagging its tail like a dog.
Louie, you beautiful creature. Thank you. Thank you. You
Love
done good.
him.
You done good. Go help Steve. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Fantastic. So yeah, you have this bomb in your hands. And so with that, it is going to be the Nightmare's turn. And you see Kostje is trying to like deal with the Night Witch that's attacking him, and the Nightmare rears up to kick at Constantina. It misses with a 10. Euonymus, this would be what would be a death saving throw for you. So go ahead and just give me a death save.
It's a 7. That's a fail.
That's a fail. Don't worry. It's not going to matter because it's
I was gonna say I'm about to get nuked off the planet and come back like nothing happened. This is the cool guys don't walk away from explosions moment. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the
literally with death though.
Kostje is like been fighting with Constantina, and he like looks down. He's like looking at her and looks down and says, "Another death at the hands of the Night Witches," and he just spins his spear and sinks it into Euonymus's chest and twists it.
Oh, I was hoping for the cool walk away from the explosion moment.
Pulling out the spear. However, as life leaves you, Euonymus, like your mortal frame gives out, that golden light that was pulsing up above. You see this like sneer on Euonymus's face, or excuse me, on Kostje's face, as he like looks up and sees that light all of a sudden pulses, and the light that was slowly coming down slams into your body. I need you to roll me a D100.
Okay, that's more than fair.
No, and this isn't for what you think it is.
Okay. 00, so 7.
Fucking beautiful. Beautiful. You see from way up high, you sense Hellier. You know it deep in your bones that a new dwarf has entered the material plane, as on the D100 for the reincarnate races, between a 5 and a 13, you come back as a dwarf. You come back with your former life and experiences, all the capabilities you had in your original form, except your race is now that of a hill dwarf.
Oh my gosh! So we're gonna have to.
I am gonna. Don't. What I will say is, I will handle the back end. I will change your race, for you. But
okay.
You are going to come back with full health.
Oh my god.
Because you're being reincarnated. And 1 second. I
feel like this requires to be a change of voice now, like for free.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Okay. All right, so Patch, you reawaken. You look very much like as a Shando would have looked, but as a dwarf. You've got a new voice, and I am going to ask you for a new initiative roll.
Okay, that's fair.
And you can roll with your dice or on the sheet.
No, I rolled it on Shard, so that's a 6.
Okay. All right, so you drop to the bottom, but that actually means you're going to act sooner than you would have where you were at the top.
Yeah.
And you just see Kostje just looks like, what in the nine hells? What kind of celestial magic is this? Do you have anything you'd like to say as this happens, Euonymus?
Oh, this ain't no nine hells, laddie. This is magic, and the best kind of magic. The kind that's gonna fuck you up.
Amazing. So you look up Euonymus. You remember that Casme that drained your blood? You see that it doesn't look like it's enjoying its meal very much, as the infestation that encompassed your body, a little bit of it seems to have made its way into this Casme, that for all intents and purposes starts buzzing and flying and like horrible, like just going all over the place, and you just hear its like horrid buzzing as it goes off into the woods, effectively removed from the battle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout after it. "Ah, buddy, we know you're in there. Enjoy your meal."
And I will say, Patch, I will say, you didn't lose your parasite. That was just like an offshoot of it. So with that, the other two Casme, one of them, wait, how far up are you, David?
500 feet in the air.
Okay, so one of them is going to, they're actually both,
God.
they saw what happened to the one that tried to eat Euonymus. So they're both going to actually go for the Night Witch.
I'm so sorry. I just abandoned all my friends. Also, I'm a sorcerer.
It's gonna be a
so
badass moment.
I hope so.
I'm so excited.
Let's see.
I feel like this deserves a voice change.
Okay, good.
for
An
as
8,
well.
an 8, and a 9. Fantastically means they both miss. I am gonna. Oh, I forgot to do something. I need, at the top of the round, I need. We'll say, David to roll me a D4 and Shannon to roll me a D4. This is going to determine how many of the creatures that are battling up above are being killed. David is the
3.
good guys. Shannon is the bad guys.
3.
Okay.
So wait, good guy. Oh no, the good guy's
Oh
dead.
no! Can
And
we do
Shannon.
it?
No.
Yeah.
Shannon, what did you get?
2.
Okay, so 2 of the hellhounds are killed. There is like a raging battle going on just like north of the camp. And I should have done at the top. With that, Hellier, it is your turn.
I have a question, Nick.
Yes.
I have one question.
Oh my
This
god.
is something I've always wanted to do
Oh my
Yes.
in my life. I've tried to cast this spell, this combination of spells, like 4 times.
can't
But the shape change option in Shard doesn't have the exact creature I need.
Okay.
Trying to do, David.
I'm looking for a sperm whale. But I will settle for a frost giant.
No, if you want to turn into, if my friend David wants to turn into a whale, I will turn him into a whale. So give me about 15 seconds to just I'll take care of it. You describe whatever it is.
I got
you...
it. So you see, like Hellier, like this little earthen opens up 500 feet above, and he pops his head out, and he's standing there, wind whipping at his beard and at his cloak. He looks down, surveys the ground behind him, and he sees his friend. He sees his friend rise back up, and he says, "Good." And then he says, he just like swan dives off, heading straight down for the battle beneath him. And right before he casts a spell on himself, which is the spell polymorph, he's gonna say, "The hammer down," and turn into a huge whale, and I want to crush the shit out of everything beneath me. And since I'm a sorcerer and I can cast Careful Spell, I can also save my friends.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Is it a huge or gargantuan creature?
It's huge because that's as much as I can go with level
Alright.
8.
So-
CR 8.
So
And
here's-
a sperm whale is.
I think I made it work. I think I came up with something that will
That
work.
looks beautiful.
as
That
I
is
can
beautiful.
see it.
as Hellier drops from the sky. Let me zoom in so folks at home
No,
can
Yes,
see
we need to
what
you need
we've
to see
got.
this in all its glory.
Oh, that is a good whale. That is a good whale.
That is a
Nick, thank
quality
you.
whale.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
multiple tons of whale meat are falling from up above. So with your careful spell, you're gonna use this to basically try and move the Night Witch out of the way?
That's a way better than I just was gonna make holes in myself where it doesn't hit those people. But
Okay.
I'll move them if that.
No, you
Or
know
you
what?
just like it's a wibbly wobbly timey
Yeah.
wimey whale.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say actually, David, you don't even need to do that. You see where they are, and you're doing the skydiving thing, but you're a whale. You can
Where we
drop
dropping,
so that you
boys?
will hit Kostje, the Nightmare, and the Kazme without hitting either of your two friends.
I do that. I do
Amazing.
that thing that you just
David,
said.
you
Love it.
beautiful human.
You
incredible.
fantastic. You
Wonderful whale.
roll that beautiful whale footage.
I don't have the time or the patience to Google how much damage does a sperm whale do if it falls 500 feet.
Yes.
So
A lot.
David, just tell me now. If this were my home game, I might actually try and number crunch this. Tell me what it looks like when Kostje the Cambion, his fiery Ponita, and this Kazme are all caught underneath. Because I do want to say, I imagine Kostje was monologuing to Euonymus. You may be back, but I will kill you as a dwarf, just as I killed you as a what is it? And looks
I
up.
was just like, ach, laddie, there's one little thing you forgot about. Look up.
Not very little.
What are you talking about? And he looks up just in time for this is fucking insane.
Just what?
I imagine it's like the scene is like from Patch's perspective, and like looking up past Kostje, and it's just like just like slowly, and Patch is just like, I'm gonna move.
I think it might be time for me to move over.
So I'm gonna say, let me see, 1 second. Let me look one thing up, folks.
Oh my God. I'm
Also,
just
sorry,
standing
Nick, I
in the
didn't-
tent holding the holy hand grenade.
I didn't mean to break your game, Nick.
No. Hey, David, do me a favor. Can you, because my custom dice roller is not working on my end, and I don't want to refresh my screen. Can you custom roll 20d6 for me?
Yes.
That's how much damage you're gonna take in your whale form, which has 90 hit points.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
79.
79.
You're okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I can help fix this.
So,
Yeah.
I looked it up, folks. 20d6 is the maximum amount of damage possible for fall damage here in D&D. So, the demon Cambion, Kostje, who brought a city to its knees, the fiery hell steed that he summoned forth from the nine hells, and one of his demonic minions are all instantly snuffed from existence as this very loud splat. And what I'm going to say, for the sake of, because it's just going to be easier and more beautiful, as it like splats and hits, the whale carcass, or the whale itself, immediately starts to shrink back into the form of Hellier, the dwarf sorcerer who is maniacal. I am going to say, rather than having you as this like half alive whale corpse, you are there.
That's fun.
Around, but all of the blubber that splatted everywhere when you hit, it's all still there. There's bug. Yeah.
Oh, this is messy. He looks at the Night Witch and just holds up 4.
You see her. You see
Perfect.
like the way that you landed. The tail was like right around her and Euonymus, so that like the two of them were like looking around, and there's just this huge imprint in the ground.
I feel like Hellier would have done this before, so Euonymus is not surprised at all.
I'd like to imagine that Euonymus actually would have been hit, but you knew this and you just did like the quick little.
A little side
Yeah.
The little like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
And I just hear this from inside and just been like, he's a whale again, isn't he?
And so this happens. The Night Witch uses her full turn to just go, what the fuck, and then she like turns around, and like the levity of the moment kind of drops on her face as she turns and looks and sees that the soldiers at the top of the camp are being slaughtered by these hellhounds and by this centaur. The Baba Yaga is still banished. And it is not looking great for those troops. And Essery, you hear the sounds of the troops getting slaughtered and fighting for their lives through the window of this hut. You can see it. You're holding this bomb that you know is a very powerful weapon that seems to be imbued with a very strong radiant energy.
Shannon, your actual face. So yes.
Yes.
For folks who just joined by that raid, you just missed David Dimension Door 500 feet up and polymorph into a whale and drop onto the BBEG. And now we turn to Shannon, who's holding a weapon of mass radiant destruction.
So.
And I'm here too.
Who's just reincarnated?
I died and came back as a dwarf.
I would like to. Okay, DM. This is what I'd like to do.
Yep.
I don't know if it's gonna actually work. I'm an expert tinkerer. I like junk. I like working with things. I would like to maybe, like, let's just say for some really weird reason, I have a lock of Hellier's hair and how do you say your name, Patch? You want to
Just Fortunae.
Fortunae's hair. I would like to use some sort of junker expertise to tinker with this thing really quick, imbue it with the power of their DNA, so that when I huck it out the window, it does not harm them.
Okay. I'll give me a Tinker Tools check. And remember, you have 2 bonus D6s that you haven't used yet if you need them.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to roll this on Shard so that everybody can see it.
Yeah.
So Tinker Tools would be...
I will say for this one, this will be... Actually, I'm going to say Tinker Tools, but Dexterity. Because you're trying to open this thing very carefully because it is a bomb.
It is a bomb.
And all the wires are black.
All right. 18. I'm going to use at least one of those D6s.
Okay.
So that's a 22.
22.
Do we think that's enough, or should I use another one? I'll use the last one. Just
to be sure.
Fuck.
23.
23.
It's better than 22.
You were in the
22.
I don't want to say anything. You were in the clear with a 22.
All right.
Okay.
It clinks open, and before you even when you go to get their hair in, you see whoever made this bomb. They had a very similar idea to you, as you see what looks to be runes inscribed on the inside, and such that you get the sense this thing was specifically designed to kill demons and devils. As you see, there look to be 2 vials of blood at the center of it. And in sort of the reverse nature of what you were thinking, you can immediately sense with that check, you've used all sorts of alchemical things as a dabbler. That is demon's blood and devil's blood that are at the center of this thing. So you know that this thing has been synergized specifically for one thing.
So I would know that wouldn't even when I huck it out the window, it's only going to affect demons and devils.
Yep.
Great. So I'm going to tuck their hair back into my pocket for a later date.
For later
For another time.
And I'm going to chuck it out the window.
Oh no.
Amazing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
You chuck it, and there's that kind of comic, that comical, you hear it goes ting, 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 ting.
Tick, 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 tick. Yeah.
And you're like, what the? And then as you right as you go to look, all of a sudden you just see it's there at the center of the battlefield. It's getting knocked around by hellhounds running around. And you see the centaur seem to recognize it at the last second, and he goes to yell out a command, and then it just goes, and there is it's not even loud. It's completely silent, except as it engulfs this entire camp. There's just a single beautiful angelic note that you all hear in your heads. And in this very cinematic moment, it's bright, but it doesn't hurt your eyes. You see every one of the hellhounds, the centaur, the remaining Chasme disintegrate into ash.
Oh.
As this just and there's just kind
So
of like
cool.
this huge explosion that then fades away into the ether. And Esri, like as you look around, you see all of the troops are just standing there looking as like one of them goes to push one of these hellhound husks as it like falls to the side and it's just dust.
Ooh.
All right, as I'm looking out, I like to imagine that this bright explosion made my voice change again, and I'm back to my original voice, and I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to go look at the cannon now. And I scurry over to the cannon.
Love it.
And as you leave the hut, Esri, you see that the Baba Yaga like comes back into the material plane. And you see her finish her, or like the word that she was going to say, weapon. And she like looks around at just, her camp is just chaos. There's like inexplicable whale blubber, demons turned into ash. There is like multiple, just the entire fence was just destroyed on the southern side by the whale. And she's like, what in the nine hells happened?
Don't worry about it. I found your bomb, and we used it, and we're good to go. I'm gonna go check out this cannon.
You used the... Well, wait. Kostya didn't escape, did he?
No, he got no, he got crushed under a whale.
Loss. He's under there, and like I'm assuming like they're like hooves sticking out underneath a chunk of blubber.
She goes, well, you all did it. You did what I've spent 10 years trying to do in what was 18 seconds, I think?
Something like that.
We're professionals.
Yes, we are.
And Hellier, you look over and you've noticed now, you see wearing all the clothes that he had, but like your height, big thick beard, the unmistakable visage of Fortune, but as a dwarf.
The big smile crosses Hellier's face, and he says, it's good to see you taking on your true form, my friend. And he just walks over and hugs him and says, I'm also really glad I didn't kill you. I'm very sorry.
I'm also glad you didn't kill me.
Yeah.
For one final, because we're coming very close to the end here, David, I do need a D100 roll from you. As you hug,
as you're hugging me,
as you hug Fortunae.
Potted plant. All right,
Potted plant.
Ooh. Wait, was that a D100?
Oh my god. All right,
that was a D10. That was a D10.
Oh, okay.
That was a D10.
Okay. It was about to be
1.
Okay, all right. We're going to resolve this very quickly, I swear, folks. But, David, I need you to roll that 10 more times. I need you to roll 10 more D100s.
10 more individually or like a total?
No, individually. Roll on this table at the start of each of your turns for the next minute. And we're just going to...
Okay.
I'm just going to narratively... We're gonna walk us out with these.
All right.
You just keep them coming.
61.
All of a sudden, Hellier, as you are speaking, you just start shouting. Everything you say is shouting when you speak.
I love you. You're my favorite. I've always loved you. There's 2.
I'm gonna slap on the headphones real quick so it's muffled.
93.
Okay, while you're hugging him, you grow by one size category. So you go from medium to large. I'm not fucking making this up. This is amazing.
The ground got a lot farther away. 73. Is that potted plant?
No, that's 40 something.
No,
40
but
something.
one of the soldiers that's like cheering for you guys like just turns and starts throwing up as he's been poisoned for 1d4 hours.
17.
Oh my god! While you're hugging him, your beard all of a sudden starts to get even longer, but it's made of feathers, and you just have a long feather beard.
58. That's 5.
We need a 41 or a 42.
So as you are hugging him, you step on like a little bit of like whale blubber, and it catches on fire, and everything that you touch that isn't a person or being held bursts into flames.
This is the most intense hug ever. 6, 39. Oh, so close! Damn it!
So close.
All of a sudden, you feel yourself get healed by 20 hit points.
Yay!
Definitely needed that. 32. Oh no, 42.
So close.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're hugging him, and all of a sudden you're not hugging him as you look around and you're floating in the astral plane.
Oh no!
But keep rolling.
I've always loved you forever. 7. 85.
Oh my God!
You come back.
No, 85.
Oh, eight. Oh, okay.
You come back into the material plane, and all of a sudden there's 4 of you as mirror image gets cast. But you're you're still hugging Euonymus.
We all love you. This is 8 or 9.
roll.
64.
All of a sudden, just fog expands around you as you cast fog cloud centered on yourself. So a 20-foot
swear.
radius of smoke has just surrounded you.
Hell yeah, don't rip it again.
I'm sorry.
All of a sudden,
Next one is the last one.
you know how you grew that beautiful beard? It all falls out. All of your hair falls out, but it'll grow back in 24 hours.
This,
Oh my God,
this
come on,
is
last one.
Last one.
Potted plant.
4142.
Potted plant.
25.
25.
So you're bald, and then all of a sudden, a third eye appears at the center of your forehead. For 1 minute.
We don't like the way you're looking at me like that.
That was the longest, most chaotic hug I've ever seen.
That was
Yeah.
I hurt so much everywhere on my body.
What just happened? What are you doing? Do you need me to shoot you? I figured out how this works. It's
Yes,
really
please.
cool.
SRA definitely fires off a blast of the cannon somewhere off into the woods. You have no idea where it lands. Somewhere, a raccoon looks at the last second and jumps out of the way. And the Baba Yaga says, "You three, you have no idea what it is you have done. You have brought peace once again to Voynograd, and whatever it is that demon promised you, I will ensure you get it when we return to take the city."
It's 10,000 gold each, love.
It was.
That seems wildly, inappropriately large, but you just killed the head demon that was leading the blood war here, so we'll make it happen. And so I know we're going to go a little bit over midnight, but I want to give each of the
That's
three
a
of you a
smidge.
chance to basically just say, what would you three do as you... I know we're kind of unceremoniously ending, but the Baba Yaga and her troops are able to, they gather whatever supplies are left, throw, the best, feast that they can for you here at the camp. The Night Witches lived, but, got a little bit wounded. They escort you all in, like a celebratory parade back to town. You were able to get your 10,000 gold each. And why don't you just tell me what your characters would do now? You can each just take a little.
Yeah. So I'm going to use most of this, let's say 8,000 of it, to build myself a state-of-the-art workshop. But all of the materials I use is still junk. I have just stainless steel countertops. I have so much storage space.
I mean, everything's got to be
But-
sterilized for the junk.
true,
Exactly.
it's true.
So, but I still, the only thing I use are my crappy tools and my crappy material, because that is true to who Essery is.
My God.
I love it.
Yes, and it's called the Junkyard. I love that.
Ooh.
man.
Yes,
Fantastic.
it's absolutely called the
Junk-
junkyard,
And I
or
made
the
a
scrappy.
sign,
Scrap heap, also good.
I made a sign in the Grinch, the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch, when he makes the license plate and it says "Mean One" on made out of a whole, but it's essentially what I make, and that's what it says up at the top.
Amazing.
Nice.
Incredible.
So good.
David or Patch, what do you all do?
Take it away,
Da-
Patch.
David, go ahead, because I'm still thinking.
Oh, okay. I think Hellier would honestly he would be willing to give away a lot of that gold, a lot of his gold, to S and Fortune if they agreed to make the junkyard scrap heap at the base of a mountain. And he would just open up a tunnel right beside there and just make a really dank tunnel.
Anything for you, of.
All right, I love it.
I mean, Fortuné can't pass up that opportunity. He'll agree, just so long as it's at the base of the mountain and there's a forest right there that he and his parasite can just just grow everything in there. All the bugs are flying around. It almost becomes a swamp eventually after a while. But he is right at home. Yes.
You're Shrek. You become Shrek.
Get out of my swamp.
Ooh, that was good.
Amazing. You all you don't retire. You've got many years of adventuring ahead of you,
yeah.
but you take some well-deserved time off in the junkyard. Hellier, you're building like a little fortress inside the mountain, and the three of you have many happy days ahead of you with a future of adventure, and you are forever remembered as the heroes of Voinograd.
Amazing.
Love it.
You all did incredible. I couldn't resist pushing us over the 600 mark just now.
Okay.
Yes.
So
We did it.
We did it. You all did it. A chat is incredible. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You've been amazing.
You have been fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you for all the support, all the love, all of the donations. Just as somebody who is working to become a dyslexia therapist, all of this money is going towards such a great cause to help people, adults specifically, learn how to read and just feel good about their reading ability. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah. It means the world to have everyone show up like this, and I do, in the interest of, I know we're running a little bit late, but it's the dream team. I do want to ask each of you if you can just tell me what was your favorite moment from tonight's stream. You don't have to expound upon it, but it could be either yourself or if someone else did.
Oh,
Got it.
Go ahead. Go, David. Nope, go, David.
Honestly, Patch, these subclasses are amazing, and they work so well.
I love it.
Yeah, that's me.
I will be playing a junker again because I love this creativity.
Oh my God.
So much fun.
I have to say that if there was anyone that I could have had to play test these and just have fun with them, I am so glad it was this group. We had such an amazing time and everything. And my answer was going to be seeing you guys play these subclasses. But because you guys have said that, I have to say something different, and I have to say I love that we all were able to jump into shifting between voices so quickly. That was so much fun. Thank you to chat, everyone, for jumping in and doing that.
I love that so much. That was so
amazing.
great. And mine was gonna be David pulling out the Mickey Mouse voice.
Yes.
Killed me.
Yes.
My stomach hurt for 10 minutes. I was laughing so
sorry.
hard. No,
It was in a good way.
that was amazing.
That was
Absolutely
incredible.
amazing.
Fun. Thank you.
I just cannot believe the way the wild magic dice rolled tonight. The reincarnate into a dwarf was just
Perfect.
so perfect.
This set of dice here, I'm just gonna. I love you, dice.
Yeah, so good.
That was
This is the icy set that I showed you guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that was real nice. I like that one a lot.
Well, look, I'm sure we could all hang out and talk for another hour, and we'll do it tomorrow. We'll catch up. But thank you, chat, so much for coming and supporting us, for following the channel, for donating. The hope is to do this every month. Now we're going to be up to over $2,000 raised. Each month we pick a new charity. So I can't thank you all enough. Just a real quick shout out to our sponsors, Arcane Spectacles, Underground Oracle, and Shard Tabletop. We're going to do a quick giveaway. We're just going to do...
Oh, what? Is it Underground Oracle?
Should be two.
Actually, we got two giveaways. Yeah, so what I was going to say, if people can enter in #whale in chat.
Yes.
#WHALE. We're gonna pick two winners. The first winner is going to get the latest Underground Oracle quarterly bundle, which includes some amazing races like the Dagari, a winged kind of almost gargoyle race, a massive dragon snake called the Draken snake. It's like a leviathan. It's really cool. And a second person.
In this one?
Jinx is not in this one. Jinx is going to be the next one. And the second person is going to win a copy of Villagers.
Yay!
For Underground Oracle, let me know when I'll reach out to whoever the person is. I can either get it to you by the PDF or the shard version, whichever you would prefer. I should have started this like when you all were telling me about your favorite parts, so we could get people
We
more
could do
time.
outros.
Yeah. So why don't
we'll
you,
do our outros.
tell us who you are, where people can find you, and if you've got any events or anything coming up. So, David, why don't you get us started?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with this chaos. This has been a dream come true. You all are amazing. Everyone here is amazing. Patch, Shannon, Nick, I love you guys all. My name is David Tilstra. I am the Dungeon Master for From Afar podcast. We are a Dungeons and Dragons 5e actual play podcast where we are looking for the lost city of Atlantis. And like I said earlier, we are on a bit of a hiatus right now, but hopefully in the next couple weeks we will be able to come back. But things that are coming up, got a couple live stream crossover events with some other podcasts in the community. Got some good, better quest stuff. I think there's a dungeon initiative thing coming on up down the pipes, and other than that, we're just hanging out, playing video games, playing D&D, and just having a good time. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. This was a blast, and you all did some amazing work tonight with that 6 hundo. Thank you. Thank you.
I will pick up from there. This was so much fun. I just have to, I don't know if we're going to be able to see, but like there's the picture of us from when we all met in person at the beginning of this month. Like it was just, it was amazing. And just to think that like we didn't know each other 2 years ago. Like I can't imagine life without any of you, because this was just, you guys just bring so much happiness and joy and chaos and silliness, and I love playing with you guys. You guys are fabulous humans, and I'm gonna get emotional if I keep going. So I am Shannon. I've been playing Essery this evening. Super fun subclass patch. This was so great. What else do I want to say? My nerd home is Paradise RPG. You can find me over there tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will be playing D&D 5e on Advantage in Paradise, which is our that flagship show. My beloved rogue has just returned to us, and if anybody knows me, knows how much I love Scarlet. And Sean called me a brat this evening for not being great when she was away. I mean, he's not wrong, but still. So he will be DMing tomorrow night. Though Katya was cool. I loved Katya. Katya talked like this, and it was a lot of fun. She was like drunk. She was an asshole. Yes, Scarlet is better. So that's all that to say. That's happening tomorrow night. We would love to have you in Paradise. And join us for our other programming. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me follow that up somehow again. Hi everyone, I am Patch. You may recognize me from the first campaign of Discount Dungeons, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast as a Tudak, the half-orc paladin. They're currently on a brief hiatus while they figure out some technical issues and things, but they are in their second campaign. Love them, give them a shout. I also do voice acting. And I don't know if you've heard, everyone else here is amazing voice acting. Hire them. They are fantastic.
Hire Patch,
obviously.
You better be including yourself in that.
Yeah, that's a given, obviously. But yeah, so I do the voice acting. Obviously, I also do some creative writing stuff.
As you can see.
Which you've seen, it will be out eventually. So the subclass project will be out eventually. I still am working on some last few things. There's some spells that I want to work on for a few of the magical classes, working on that. But also, Villagers, like we've been talking about. Villagers is a supplement created by Plot Hooks, put together by a great team. I know Stefan was on there from Paradise, Gamermon Luna, Star Shinobi, a lot of other people, and a lot of great friends, a lot of people. Just the idea that your everyday normal NPC could be someone a little bit creepier. Maybe it's a a nice kindly old grandma who's maybe possibly a serial killer. Or that lizard folk is really maybe not lizard folk, but 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Hey.
You never know what it might be. but you know your party will always be surprised when you pull the rug out from under them.
Mhm.
You can pick up villagers at DMG, DM's Guild. Sorry, it's fantastic. I will highly recommend it because I obviously contributed to it. But yeah, that's a lot of things that I talked about. Obviously, I'm very giddy. To quote Jim from the chat, this was a dream team come true. This was wonderful getting to share the love that we all have for each other and you all get to see how much fun we have together. This is just amazing. I'm going to be riding this high for
I can't go to sleep now. Like
next
I
few
can
months.
get up in like 6 hours, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, same here.
I thought you told us you didn't have. Now I feel bad that we're playing so late.
No. I'm exaggerating. I can sleep in a little bit. I have to
Okay,
get up
she
in
can get 7
hours.
hours of sleep.
Seven
Okay,
hours.
okay. Now I don't feel bad.
No, you're
Well,
fine.
I love all three of you, and I'm so grateful that you came on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
For having us.
I'm going to I'm going to call, or I'll draw the winner, and then I am going to find someone. I think maybe we'll go raid someone after this. Maybe
Josh is up.
per
Josh is up.
Oh yeah, Josh Simons would be a great person. We can go and raid Josh. So let me draw the winner real quick. And if any folks want to stick around and just say hi to Josh, he's a good friend. Congratulations to Jake's favorite monkey on winning the first the Underground Oracle quarterly bundle. So even if you're someone who's like never played D&D, the stuff in here will inspire you and make you wish that you did. So Jake, I will follow up with you. Let me write that down in my little show notes.
Yeah, happy late birthday, Nick.
Yes,
You
happy
glossed over
belated.
that. It's
Happy
like
belated.
yesterday,
It's Nick's
right?
birthday.
Or
Thank
2 days ago.
2
you.
days.
It was 2 days ago. Thank you so much.
Happy late birthday.
Happy belated.
And let me
Second
do
winner.
Second winner, Patty L Cubed.
Patty
Okay.
L. Cubed.
Patty L
So-
Cubed.
Nick,
Congratulations.
we'll figure out a way to get that over. We'll
Yep.
just need Patty L Cube's email so I can send that.
Okay, great. I will, like I said, I usually will try to reach out, not tonight because I'm going to go eat a bowl of night cereal and then pass out because night cereal is superior cereal. I will not
It
be
is.
taking any questions.
It's also Night Witch's favorite brew.
It is. It is. Thank you to everyone. I feel like every time we run one run of these streams, I just say thank you over and over and over, but I mean it. Thank you so much. I am going to take us out to the ending soon screen. We're going to raid our friend Josh. Looks like he's playing a game
Yes.
called 7 Days to Die. Sounds a little spooky. Tell him that you say hi from Scry, and
Scry,
thank
I like
you
that.
Yes.
all so very much.
We're all Scry guys.
We could not.
Scry
Yeah,
guy.
we are. I couldn't do this without the support of the community, and I would have probably given up by now if I didn't have this kind of amazing turnout. It feels great. So thank you all. For those of you that showed up tonight for the first time, I hope you will come back. And for our regulars, thank you for always keeping chat lively. So with that, good night, folks. We love you.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Love you. Thank
Love
you. So
you.
much.